Yo, people, welcome back to the YouTube channel. You already know what time it is. It's time for another episode. You guys are really in my grill today, man. I'm struggling. You got Husam here mocking me for taking too long. We got Daps laughing because the intro is not correct, and you guys are not even in the right shape.
No, the intro is good because you played most of our music and not theirs. So you got that.
Oh, shit. You didn't like the blend, the balance?
No, I like the blend. Like 2 seconds of London Carnage and then the other 15 of Battle of the North.
About?
It's about who runs things in the Premier League.
What's all that about? Come on, fam. You're supposed to be on our side, Matisse. You're supposed to be over this side. You know what I'm saying? Come on. What's going on?
I had to get rid of Tottenham, innit? We don't need Tottenham. They're the only team on this panel that hasn't won a trophy in the last 10 years. So I thought we'd scrap them and then we just keep moving. Do you know what I mean? But listen, Potts, bro, how are you doing? How are you feeling today, man? Welcome to the show.
Nah, thanks for having me, man. Great to be on with you guys. It's been a strange few days, I can't lie. A little bit of a strange fan base, but we all knew that anyway. And yeah, I'm looking forward to hearing your opinions of everything. There's a lot to talk about, Matisse.
Yeah, there is. There's a lot that's been going on, man, especially for you guys and especially for Lawless as well. Flawless, do you know what I'm saying? Just absolutely fantastic, clean sweep. Moyes in, living life, wins, rocked my jaw last week, and I didn't have him on. And then people were getting into me on the comments saying, "Where's Lawless? Why is he not grilling you?" So listen, he's now pumped Brighton as well, so he's here to stay. Lawless, talk to me. How you feeling?
Yeah, mate, feeling good. I noticed you just went missing. Like, no one heard from you last week. He was just like, no, like, oh, yeah, guys, show on Monday. Like, let's all get together. He done a disappearing act, so I'm glad the comments were cooking you. But, yeah, I'm feeling good. Second place, title challenge on the cards. You know what I mean? Like, let's see. Invincibles is on, undefeated. It's all, everything's in motion.
Wow, my days. And, Mister, you better be running them spaces. Don Mystic Husam. I was looking forward to dunking on your head top, but unfortunately things went wrong over the weekend.
Hold that.
How are you doing?
It wasn't just you. A whole lot of people wanted me to get cooked, but you know, Darwin Nunez had other ideas. Unbelievable comeback win. So I'm happy, but still the same problems for me. But yeah, we're here, Matisse. Thank God I'm speaking to one of you. I will not reveal anymore.
Mr. Sarcasm City TV, Mr. Take Note, Mr. Notting Hill Carnival, head spinning. How are we doing, brother? How are we feeling?
I'm mash up. I can't lie in it. Yeah, I'm feeling the effects. But I'm here, like I said I would be. So yes, I'm definitely feeling the effects. Yeah, but all good. Blessed for having me. I like the crossover show as well, so I'm looking forward to it.
And listen, double.
Just call me 100 points. Sorry. Just call me 100%. Good.
Why we call you 100%?
Have you not seen the table, bro? 9 points.
I don't look at the table this early, bro. I'm not looking at the table.
All right. Do you not look at the fixtures and know that we've won all 3 of our games actually, and then we've also won the Super Cup as well? So.
Oh shit! And the Community Shield.
What do we even talk about that? That's not us. That's the weird.
Hold on. If you
that's the weird fan base. That's the weird fan base above us. That's before the season starts.
Hold on a second. If you want to do up Mr. 100%, I'm assuming you've won 100% of your fixtures.
Oh, do you know what? Is that in the season? But I'm going to avoid that because actually, do you know what? And if that's a friendly, but also I'm going to avoid that because we were playing a team that technically didn't even qualify for it as well because they won fuck all. So.
Daps in the building. How you doing, brother? You good?
I'm good, man. I'm good.
Not too bad. Listen, last time we did this show, we did a whole Liverpool segment because obviously Lavia and the whole situation there. It was basically Liverpool and Chelsea facing off. So I want to be fair to the London boys now. What's wrong with you? Why are you making them faces? What's wrong?
You're just a dickhead, to be honest with you.
Look at that guy. Man, you won this weekend, man. Sure. What's wrong with you? Why are you still angry?
Oh my God, last time we were here, we were talking about Lavia.
I'm just setting the scene. I'm just giving some context to the show. You know what I'm saying? If the people didn't see
that was unnecessary. Why did you have to mention Lavia?
To be fair, Lavia is just basically doing what Hazard did after Hazard left Chelsea.
No. Don't do that. He's just
getting big. Let's not talk about that guy retiring age 32.
Just eating burgers and getting big.
He's conditioning, all right? Let's leave it out. He's your academy
product for retirement.
Me up here. But I want to start with London clubs. Do you know what I'm saying? I want to start with West Ham because they are the overachievers currently after beating us 3-1 last weekend. And
wants to start with London clubs. Notice that, Daps? Notice how he wants to start with London clubs?
Hold on. I set the scene. We started.
I'll ask you one question and then I'll go on mute. One question. Had City drew to Sheffield or I drew to Newcastle or he drew to Forest, would you start with London clubs?
But who did draw?
Oh,
Arsenal.
there you are.
Arsenal.
There you
Arsenal.
are. There you
Who
are.
drew?
See?
Did Arsenal draw?
Oh, it's so obvious.
Hold
So
on. Do you
obvious
not
what
love
he's doing.
Flawless? This guy
Wait.
loves bringing up Arsenal on the show. Now we have an Arsenal
no problem.
representative to back
That's
it,
facts.
right?
Yeah,
And to
yeah, that's
defend
true.
it. Now he's complaining. This guy loves
You
bringing
want
up
to play
Arsenal
that game?
on the
Let's
Yeah.
play that game.
show.
I thought we
Okay.
might have started. Sorry, I thought you just in your intro, said that you thought we should do this because you needed to get cooked. So shouldn't we start with the cooking?
That's why I'm starting with West Ham.
Okay.
I'm giving Lawless his moment. So
Right,
I don't know how many hosts we have on this show, but I thought I was hosting. I'm starting with West Ham. Is this a problem?
Yeah,
Yeah, they
What's
try to
wrong
yo,
with
you got they try to you
What's
lose
wrong
in the
with these
dressing
lot?
room. Hey,
Flawless, what's
Matisse,
wrong with these guys?
you lose
These
in the
guys
dressing
want to
room.
host. They want to
You're
be on the
losing-
panel. They want to
Yeah.
enjoy. They want to cook. They want to rinse. They want to run. What's wrong with you, Husam?
You lose.
You want to
You
talk
losing.
about London or not? Because usually,
Yes,
when
Husam.
hold on a second. Let me have a little rant. When we do this show with the four of us, usually
here
it's,
he goes with the bitching now.
I have to remind you geographically where London is because you want to bring up London an awful lot. So now I'm bringing up London naturally, and it actually makes sense. You're still complaining. What's wrong with you, Lawless? Don't let this guy take your shine. Listen, you've had a great week. You battered Chelsea, you battered Brighton. Talk to us, man. You're David Moyes till the walls fall off now. How are we feeling?
You know what? It's appropriate that you brought up Lavia, going to Chelsea over Liverpool because we beat Chelsea twice in the space of a week because a little club called Chelsea thought they could run that Lavia business and that Caicedo business with West Ham and come in for Kudus. Yeah, you thought you would try and do to us what you did to Liverpool. And guess what? Kudus slapped you back and said, no, I don't want none of that. I see West Ham slap your club last week. Yeah, this club's going one way, Chelsea's going the other way. And that's a Chelsea fan, that's gone under the radar. You made a
really
big
is.
song and dance about the whole, we hijacked Caicedo and Lavia and they chose us over Liverpool. It's been very quiet on the fact that Kudus turned you down for West Ham.
Hold on.
Man,
Is this a footballer who actually didn't agree personal terms with Chelsea?
Man, actually just
Yeah,
said
That's a new one because
man said
every
don't come
fucker
here and
apparently
treat
has
us like
agreed
we're
personal
Liverpool.
terms with Chelsea.
Well, I think he agreed personal terms a month ago. But I
Everyone
don't think
does. Everyone does. No,
Oh.
hospital now.
Look at how that has got to be.
I thought it was me.
He just
well,
he just didn't want to be on one of them death row contracts. It's just how it goes.
Hold on a second. I think you're being very disingenuous by saying he rejected us. He didn't reject us. We didn't put in.
That's
an
another
Now-
Chelsea
oh,
buzz.
oh,
That is a
okay.
Chelsea buzz. Hold on.
Okay,
That's a
you
Chelsea
talking about
buzzword.
disingenuous rejections, huh? You talking about disingenuous. That's funny. That's very funny.
Hold on. Did you? We're not going to do this again, but you put in offers for the players that you lost out to. So I don't know.
Nah,
what
let's
you're
do this
waffling
again, man.
about.
I think we need to
I don't know
revisit
what
this.
you're waffling about.
Let's run this back.
You should also, Lawless. You should also be bringing up
so
Brighton,
Matisse is
right?
going to be
I
dishonest.
know, but no, this is very
Yeah, Brighton as well, man.
Could have actually rejected Brighton, the team that
You're
beat.
using
Oh,
your
yeah, he
logic for
rejected
Lavia.
Brighton and Chelsea,
Your logic
yeah,
for
that's-
Lavia, Kudus rejected you. Full stop.
No, he did because Ornstein confirmed it. Ornstein confirmed that
Thank
Chelsea
you.
tried to hijack it late on, but Kudus only wanted to join West Ham. And all these Brighton fans are piping up, right, about, like he rejected us because he wanted a release clause. Guess what? He ain't got no release clause at West Ham. You know what I mean? I think Brighton fans are getting a little bit ahead of themselves. They're sitting there going, he's just gone West Ham for money. He's just gone West Ham for release clause. Bullshit. Remember, you're still Brighton. You're playing silky football, but you're still Brighton and Hove Albion. Okay, so all these Brighton fans coming for us. You listen, the curse is lifted now. It's time to get back in your lane. They had us for 11 years. Obviously, we couldn't beat them. And now, like I said, 3-1 Chelsea, 3-1 Brighton. The tactics, and Moyes has to get credit. I have to give him credit. I'm not, you know what I mean? I
love that for you. I love that for you. I do.
I give credit where it's due. He got the tactics spot on. Yeah. You can have the ball all you want. Like I said, you can take the ball home with you. We take the points. That's what matters.
Wow.
Points. And you know what I mean? We were first, top of the table. Obviously, Sheffield United couldn't do us a favor. You know what I mean? Unfortunately, Man City got the win.
So what happens when you in title races, Lawless, man? You know what I'm saying? And you can't be.
Yeah, you got to be looking at them.
Yeah, man.
You got to be looking for
100%.
other teams to do you a favor. So we're second.
Facts.
But listen, I think things are looking good for West Ham. Things are looking very good.
You did a lot of your business late as well. And I watched the game. I don't know who else here watched the game, but I would say you actually deserve to win it. I know Brighton had a lot of possession and they had a lot of opportunities and shots because Areola had to have one of the games of his life. And you did say a lot last season. Areola was, you know, one of the bargains of the season. And, you know, he didn't really play. Fabianski was starting, but we started to see in that game why Areola looks like he could be a great goalkeeper for you, because he did make a lot of saves. Along with Alisson on the weekend, I say Areola was another shout for one of the goalkeepers that needed a special mention for their performances. But in terms of your performance, I thought you deserved it, man. You guys were smash and grab. It was fantastic. I can't lie. It was a masterclass of a counter-attacking performance. Antonio as well. I don't know how you feel about
the Bowen goal was class, man. That touch.
Bowen goal as well, yeah.
That doesn't get talked about enough. If that was Salah or someone, everyone would be wanking themselves into oblivion. Come on, we need to give Bowen his praise.
Salah don't get talked about enough. Don't even start that one right there.
Come on.
Salah
don't get enough respect at all. He don't.
Of course he does.
No,
From
he
who?
doesn't.
Bro, he's just
From
been
who?
offered the most money,
Wait,
literally, I think anyone's ever been watched. That's quite a lot of respect.
Salah's one of the most underrated.
We gotta start putting bullets.
Underrated?
No. Hold up. We gotta start putting names on bullets. You can't just say that. Who's not giving him his props? We gotta start putting names on bullets.
All the just a goal scorer merchants, all the aesthetic merchants. We already know.
Yeah,
Who are
put
they?
names on the bullets.
More names.
Yeah, who know what I'm saying? We gotta put names on bullets, man.
Call them out. Call them out.
Call
Don't
them
be a
out.
pussy. Call them out.
Call them out. Who
If
is
the
this?
shoe don't fit, don't wear it. Simple.
Don't
No,
fit
well, I'm
over
good.
here, but I just legit want to know who's saying these things. I don't hear Salah ever get disrespected.
You see how
I hear him get this
Because you be in them Twitter spaces with all them emotional
That's
people.
exactly
That's
what I
why.
was about to say.
That's what it is, man.
First of all,
It's them
don't
emotional
disrespect Twitter
people.
spaces, because many
Start
people
disrespect.
on there, Flawless. Many people on there could teach you football. Like it's
Yeah,
not
those,
just
like you do. Yeah, that's
there's
it's
been
not
people-
disrespect.
There's been people on spaces who've been watching football 40 years. Just
Yeah,
because
it's
an
not-
application. Just
it's not
because you don't like
disrespect.
Twitter, what does that have to do with anything?
It's not a disrespect though. That was never. There is
Is it-
emotional
I
people.
already
Have you
said
noticed-
that. Aesthetics merchants. I said
Flawless. Have you
No, there are
noticed,
some
like-
cocks on there, though. That's what he's saying. Not everyone, but there are definitely some cocks
I'm
on
just
there.
saying
So
them
if you
Twitter-
go to a place where there's people like that, you'll hear
Matisse-
that type of nonsense.
Matisse mentioned it best last week when we was on.
That's
and
what happens to Flawless when he goes to Old Trafford.
He said you runs you run spaces straight after games. Of course you're getting people at their most emotional. That's not a shot. That's just the facts of the matter.
But also,
Lawless, we live different lives. You need to understand.
Yeah, we know. I'm a black guy from Manchester. You're an Arab guy from Jordan. Yes, very different
Yes,
lives.
exactly.
Of course, we
So
couldn't
I
be more
don't have to
different if we
interact-
tried.
Flawless, can I?
So I
actually-
don't have to interact with the same people you interact with, and it's
It's
okay.
not a question.
Yeah,
That's
but
fine.
Flawless,
Again,
can you
you
see how
we
yeah, go on.
interact with
he is
different
today?
people.
What is this about?
Maybe the people
why
you
you
interact
agitated?
with, maybe the people you interact with give Salah credit. With me, it's the opposite.
Again,
It's
that's I
okay.
know that's
No, but
fine.
we're talking, right,
Yeah.
fine.
pundits. We're talking about pundits. You're talking about Twitter space people. Yeah, listen.
No, but pundits get this. Pundits don't respect Salah either, like that.
Guarantee that
How many
rivals, right?
teams-
Wait.
Sam, come on, man.
If you-
Husam,
How many
Moyes.
seasons has Salah made?
Wait,
How many? Go check.
Husam, wait, Husam. I guarantee all the pundits that don't give him credit are United or Chelsea. Name a pundit that don't give him credit. That of course you do the same shit. That's just karma hitting you, like his Wi-Fi breaking
Flawless,
out.
can I say?
That's
do you
just
know
karma.
No,
Do
but
you know
You
how
do the same shit.
agitated- Do you know how agitated you have to be to take away?
I don't do the same thing. I call out the BS. You don't.
No. You do call out the BS. You're excellent at calling. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the way that you will discredit rival fans. Because I see the tweets. Or when we beat Forest or United, lucky win. You know what you're doing.
Oh,
with
you
that.
are corrupt.
That's the
though.
same shit.
Oh, like
That's how we corrupt.
Are you denying your corruption?
We couldn't have helped Nottingham Forest anymore.
the
We
most
gave them.
corrupt
we-
club
Yo,
on
yo,
earth.
yo,
Everyone knows.
Husam. We could have not helped Nottingham Forest more if we tried. We gave them 2 goals inside 4 minutes. How much more help do you need to win a game? How was it looking?
The referee made sure that you.
What referee? We gave them 2 goals. Defend the 2-goal lead. Like,
It's
what's wrong
okay.
with you?
Listen, Onana can clothesline from hell people in the penalty box. and
That's
it's not a
VAR,
foul.
but we know what VAR is.
Yeah,
We know
okay.
what
Let
it
this
is.
prove my point, by the way. As I tried to
You're
praise
right.
Bowen, it gets turned into wow, no one loves Liverpool for me.
listen,
Everyone hates.
You
That's
guys
the
got to fight
point.
for your rights on the show, man. You have to.
I was about to give West Ham
Right.
credit.
It's
brother.
literally
Don't-
North
don't-
versus South. You have
Don't
to
make
fight
me
for
your
your rights.
enemy on this show. You don't need
See them two in the bottom right-hand corner. They will get into their own little husband and wife argument
Yeah.
for 30 minutes. If you don't interject, and you don't, I will try and make as many bookings and cards.
Who's
as
your
I
wife,
can.
Matisse? Camera too?
Excuse me, brother.
You are idiots.
You know how agitated this guy has to be to go at me for having 2 cameras? Makes no sense. What content creator should get grief for having 2 cameras? Second of
And
all,
now his head's hot.
he's taking
Can Lawless do Bowen prop? Can you do Bowen properly?
He's taking both. You can't even let Gerard.
Matisse, you're interrupting Lawless. This is Lawless's segment. Go ahead.
Now you care. Now he cares. Now you care about. Now he cares.
Go ahead, Lawless.
Now you care about
Matisse's behavior. Sorry.
This brother took Gerard Bowen flowers and
he's still speaking. That's right.
For Salah.
The disrespect to Lawless.
Wow.
This guy's outrageous.
Like that. West Ham just beat Brighton 3-1.
I'm feeling it.
Yo, booking, man. That's a booking. You know
that ain't a booking. Fucking corrupt. Go ahead, Lawless.
Go on.
Look, my point stands. Pick any player from any one of your clubs. If they would have scored that goal, the media, internet would have wanked over it into oblivion.
Calvin Phillips.
Because it's Bowen. Right. Who? Is he?
Calvin Phillips. We wouldn't have given him credit for that.
Never heard of him.
Okay.
Does he still play football? I don't know.
Calvin Phillips, yeah, I think you'll find he's got a Champions League medal and a Premier League medal.
Was that like the equivalent to like who was it? Was it Rob Green collecting
Hazard winning the Champions League?
To confirm, it is, but still saying he's got them as your club.
Can I ask you a serious question?
Champions of Europe, mate. We're champions of Europe.
I was going to say earlier, is this what winning the Conference League does to you?
No, but listen, I want a bit of credit.
The way you were talking about Brighton, I actually look, because I've got a soft spot for West Ham, yeah. But the way you were speaking about Brighton, I was thinking, Jesus.
Nah, Christ, I get it though.
Come on, they never won a trophy in their history, and they're talking about us as if like, why would a player choose West Ham over Brighton? And I'm supposed to just
but then you could say, I hear you, but then
got a point.
Chelsea could come and probably.
That's not involved
you a little bit.
Let's not involve us. It's not about us. My thing is with this argument is you're both in Europa League. I am a little bit surprised there's no release clause in this contract because I did expect there to be for West Ham. But my key point is that you guys may not know is that Lawless was a very, very aggressive, loud, Moyes out kind of flag flyer last season.
I saw his tweet.
Me and Potts were very much like in the room ready for that slander every week. So I'm asking you after 7 points in the first 9 and 2 very impressive wins against Brighton and Chelsea. Are you
and the European trophy?
Yes, exactly. Are you easing off on the Moyes out situation? Are you going to let him run its course this season? It looks like as if he's got a plan.
Matisse season. I give it 3 weeks. 3 weeks. Lawless crying again. Moyes out. Moyes out. This board don't know what they're doing.
Our downfall. You're expecting a West Ham downfall, yeah? Because we know you ain't giving us no ratings, Potts. And listen, Potts has been trying to twist things.
He ain't coming
hold
second.
Hold on. You're probably right with 3. You're probably right with 3 weeks because after the international break, a certain club from Manchester's coming to East London.
Let's see.
Let's see, bro. Let's see.
What happens.
I mean, first you got to go over Luton, but let's see, and then let's see if it's Moyes out after that.
Nah, listen. Potts tries to spin a narrative here that I've been on Moyes'
narrative
all summer, all of this stuff. I said when I realized Moyes was staying, I'm going to give him a chance. I said I'll give him 10 games. Let's give him 10 games, right? And let's see how it goes. So far, so good. Yes, I did tweet Moyes in. Bit of tongue in cheek. I said, look, if we beat Brighton, I'll tweet Moyes in. And I did it. I'm a man of my word. I tweeted Moyes in. I had him as my profile picture when we won the cup, like I said I would. Oh no, when we got the result against Arsenal, whatever it is. So I do it. I say it. I do it. Right. That's all I'm saying. So right now, Moyes, it looks like he's fixed up. He's changed his ways. Last season, he deserved all of the heat on his neck. I think I was well within my right to say Moyes out. There's a shocking run in the league, but you learn from your mistakes. Then I can accept that. And he's learning from his mistakes.
Don't you think your board is more to blame for the decisions, like in terms of transfers and stuff?
No, because
I mean now they started with like Kudus, so you have to give them credit. But I mean, across the summer though, you were worried.
But Lawless, what do you think it is that he's changed when you said he's learned from his mistakes? I'm genuinely interested. I want to know.
Well, a combination of things is he tried to change up how we play last season. He tried to change up things. Did not work. We signed Skamaka. He has, to answer Husam's question as well, he has control over transfers, right? Or he did. He was the be all and end all, had the final say. So we got in new signings to fit his new way of playing that he just could not execute. And we went off the rails and he kept persisting with it. month after month after month. You know, it weren't working. Players were going to him saying, "Look, we need to do something else. This ain't working." He was like, "No, we need to keep playing it so you get used to it for the following season." And then he reverted back, and we started to improve a bit. And now we've gone all in on the Moyes way. Lo and behold, we're undefeated with 6 points from Chelsea and Brighton. And when you look at it, if we had if Arsenal had the start we've had, we'd be praising them to high heavens. Oh, Arsenal, look at them, they're scoring goals. Yeah,
you're right.
Exactly.
You're right.
Arsenal
nobody would be praising Arsenal. Don't talk rubbish. Nobody praises
Arsenal. Hold on. They kind of have. But joking aside, they've won 2 and drawn 1. You've won 2 and drawn 1.
But I think Arsenal's fixtures versus West Ham's fixtures, I think West Ham's are a little bit more impressive. To go to Brighton and to play Chelsea.
I can't lie, Lawless, you need to understand from Potts' perspective, though. He's the only one here without a European trophy. So it's just natural for him, you know? It's just how it goes. He doesn't know.
I mean, technically, they have got a European trophy.
What did I do to you? Did I fire shots at you, Husam? I've been sitting here quietly. I've been listening to Lawless.
You can't take a shot at me. I won this week.
Potts, you have to go back to him with facts. You have to go back to him with facts. You have got a European trophy. So I don't know what he's even going on.
When it comes to Husam, just shoot him in it. Don't even ask questions. Shoot him and shoot him. Then ask questions.
Don't listen to Flawless.
Shoot immediately.
Are European?
Don't listen to Flawless' advice. You'll end up having to bring a bulletproof vest to a video. So don't do that.
Hey, my vest is fine.
We've got more European trophies than Arsenal.
No, you have. But this saying Arsenal haven't got a European trophy. They have got a European trophy.
Yeah, the thing is with Husam is he's not completely accurate. They don't have a Champions League.
They don't have a Champions League. But there we go.
Hold on, but West Ham don't, do they?
Exactly. West Ham
winning a Conference League is the equivalent of a
Champions League. Be factual, bro.
Listen, it's the equivalent of a Champions League, Conference League for West Ham.
We could get a Liverpool West Ham Europa League final.
You're going to take that, Lawless?
Listen,
that's not an insult. That's not an insult.
Yes, it is. That's a backhanded slap.
That's a massive insult. West Ham is never good enough to win a Champions League. They'll be happy with a Conference League. Basically, that's what you're saying.
I'm happy for West Ham.
Is this how you treat?
I'm not having that.
Is that how you treat our London's Club Carnage guys? What's wrong with you? This guy got no manners, man.
This is rude.
We have a European
You're the type of guy. You're a mercenary. I realize.
He just insulted Arsenal and West Ham in the space of 30 seconds.
You're the type of guy where me and you would go to war and you take a knife, stab me in the back.
Why?
You're just the biggest mercenary. 100% Potts or Lawless paid you before the stream. 100%. You're a paid mercenary.
I'm just saying it was rude of you, which I do agree.
You're just the Carlos Thabz of
the
thing. You're Carlos Thabz. That's who you are. You're Thabz. You're Carlos Thabz.
Listen, Husam, we're both in the same European competition this season.
Hey, man, they gonna box
us. Yes, we are. We are. No, there is no ooh or nothing.
Relax.
I've got more European trophies than all 5 of you combined. I'm good, bro. I'm good. I don't.
Oh, have you? Wait. How many European finals did you play?
Do your calculations.
Get your medals out then. Let's see your medals about you've got more trophies. You ain't got shit. What's that?
You don't know about my trophy. I was there.
I was going to say, Matisse, you're in the same European tournament as them lot as well, aren't you?
I'm not in a European tournament this season.
Oh, I didn't know. Sorry, my bad.
Yeah. Oh, it's mad.
Oh,
you finally got one under your belt last season. This is how you're behaving.
Can I just say one thing about West Ham?
Yeah, because you lot didn't do exactly the same when you finally got one, did you?
What would you say?
Let me just say one thing about West Ham. Seriously, on a serious note, I think West Ham have had an unbelievable start to this whole thing. The one guy I want to give massive credit to is a guy that actually wanted at my own club, and there's video. Edson Alvarez. I think he's been playing absolutely incredibly since he came on for West Ham. He's been having great performances. Jared Bowen continues to improve. He continues to get better. So that's where you have to give him credit. And from West Ham's perspective, the fact that you lost your best. Okay.
Leaving.
So when it comes to West Ham, they started the first 3 games really well. The fact that they lost their best player, they lost their best player, and they're playing this well, and they got 7 points out of 9. We have to give them massive credit, given who they've played as well. Because Chelsea at home and Brighton away, as you guys have already alluded to, are difficult starts for West Ham. So they've got 7 points out of 9. So massive credit to them, and they've started really well.
And more credit toward more
signing.
Yeah,
30
that's
mil.
what we need to talk on. Yeah.
And Havertz 65 mil, Ward-Prowse 30 mil. We need to talk about
People
that,
want to
mate.
talk
That's a
on Maddison and how
You got a
good
point.
Maddison's doing. And Ward-Prowse has just gone in, done the same, one less game,
Yes.
10 million less. Wow.
It's early days.
Can I just say that Lawless has a lot to thank me for, because when he was ranting at me only 3 weeks ago, I told him to keep his powder dry and just chill. You might have a good window, and it's not all bad news. It might be all right for you. Now look, bruv, you should just. I'm just saying, one day you'll listen to me. You won't lose your head. Just because
you
we
don't
nicked
take
your
your own
captain,
advice.
you started getting stressed at me. You started getting stressed. Oh, this is a shambles. Sullivan doesn't know what he's doing. Moyes out. 3 games in. We're second place. This is amazing. I can't believe what I'm seeing. It'll all go to pot, and you'll be Moyes out in 3 weeks' time. You'll be putting Moyes out tweets again. I can't wait for this. Matisse knows what I'm talking about. We had this all last year.
Powder dry and all of this shit. You don't take your own advice. Who was on AFTV the other day going, "Oh, our setters tactics, they're a disgrace."
No, but I've said that for ages. I've said that for 4 years, brother.
Let's transition to Arsenal. Keep it flowing. That's what
I've said for
I
how
more
long
of the
that
accents they do with each other. They're brilliant. Keep going with them.
I said, Lawless's accents. He'll always win on accents, mate. Listen, I've said for a long time that this manager has to prove himself. And he put us in a title race, and he shut me and others up, and football fans neutrally that doubted him,
Didn't
right?
shut you up for long,
But
though,
that
did he? Did he?
Well, no, that's the point. So that's why I'm saying I'm still not 100% convinced. So you're telling me to keep my powder dry. I'm telling you no, because this guy's not won me a trophy yet. So he's won a trophy with Unai Emery's side. Since he spent 700 million, he's not put one into us, right? He's dumped us out of everything. So this season, there's a massive amount of pressure on Mikel. Now, I'm not going to sit there and start saying sacking because we dropped points to Fulham, but I'm questioning this crazy system. Everybody thought we were going to be replacing Granit Xhaka for Declan Rice and going as strong as we were last season. Everybody could predict our 11, yeah? But now he's broken up everything. 3 games in, I was questioning it. I said, what are we doing? Forest and Palace. Oh, but with 1 Potts, it don't matter. Just, you're winning. It doesn't matter. Leave it. I'm not convinced. I haven't been convinced for the last 3 games. I wasn't convinced in pre-season. Everything looks imbalanced. There's too much rotation. And I'm seeing partnerships that I thought was working completely stop now. So we have a Gabriel and Saliba partnership that complements each other. That was by far one of the best partnerships in the league last season. Gabriel's no longer playing. We've got the best CDM in our team playing right back. We've got the best right back in our team playing back at centre back, where he can't win headers because that was one of his weakest parts of his game. And again, not one header from this guy at all at the weekend. We want to see Rice, Partey and Ødegaard. Not once have we seen that midfield. Saka and Martinelli are no longer got that telepathy between their fullbacks because they're no longer there. One of them is a CDM and the other one is different every single week. Okay, Timber was injured. That's unfortunate. But Tierney's now gone. We've got Zinchenko there, who's now back. We've had Tomiyasu there. At the weekend, it was Kivior. So no, Martinelli hasn't been that great, to be fair. He is shoehorning Kai Havertz into this side. I don't really know why. I thought he was kind of coming as a rotation guy for perhaps when one of the attacking options was out. But this guy is now playing in a Granit Xhaka position and has done what? Absolutely nothing from what I can see. I watched this guy for 3 years at Chelsea and thought, wow, he stunk out the place. I must say, 3 years ago when Chelsea signed him, I wanted him at Arsenal. I thought he was a very good player. From what I saw at Bayer Leverkusen, I thought, wow, Chelsea have got a good attacking player there. But we're trying to play him in what role? Now, okay, he hasn't been shocking, but he hasn't been great. And unfortunately, there's a section of our fan base that just seem to want to stick up for everything that this manager does. So when you question why is he playing Kai Havertz, have you not seen how vital he's been in these games? No. He's headed the ball a couple of times and chested it nicely and put it and sprayed a few passes. And everyone's now saying this guy is absolutely instrumental. What? What are we watching here? Like, this is what happened with Man United fans with Wout Weghorst that everyone was laughing at. He chested the ball nicely and played in the 10 and everyone was going, this guy's brilliant in the 10. Deluded. No, he wasn't. He sucked. And at the moment, this guy's not been impressive. I thought he was okay against Man City in the Community Shield. Everybody said he's the new Van Persie. What are we seeing here? I don't get this. Like this guy at the moment has not been good, but our fan base are hyping him up. So for me, we're still miles short. We're nowhere near Man City. And I know we've only dropped 2 points, but I look at the way we are at the moment and think if we continue with this system, I'm not going to be having Man United fans scared this weekend. They're going to be sitting there coming going, please play that system. Don't go back to revert to it. Please play Partey at right back. Please, let's get involved with this. I don't understand what the manager's doing. And it's fine when you're winning. But I called this out when we were winning, saying, I ain't convinced. I don't think this is sustainable. And already we're seeing a little bit of confusion. So that's where I'm at, man.
How have you lost your head already 3 games into the season? That's what I don't understand. It's just like
not losing your head, Husam. It's questioning it.
Listen.
This is the problem. There's a difference. You can go into meltdowns if you want, yeah? I'm not. I'm questioning what I think is wrong with the club right now.
Questions?
Okay, let me listen.
It's okay to do that. But apparently, if you do that, you're toxic and negative.
he
and oh my God, get out, go up the road, go support Tottenham, all this crap. No, I'm not having that. I'm
that's his
questioning
guy, though, isn't
ourselves.
it? It's Sam's guy. Yeah, Arteta defense league.
Oh, they tell you.
It's ADL. Arteta defense.
He's ADL. Yeah.
What do you mean that's Sam's guy? First of all, don't ever do that, Flores.
On Twitter, I'm pretty sure I saw Husam tweet that said,
you will see. You will see what happens now when you get to the United section.
To be fair, you know what? I've been Arteta defense league. Yeah, I've backed him fully. But
I think
you and Husam. Yeah, both of you.
I have from the start.
But you've got a connection to him, like.
But I have a reason for it, and I've seen from the first interview he did at Arsenal. I think he noticed everything that was wrong there, and he went about changing it. But now I will say there's things he's doing at the moment where I'm like, I still try and defend some stuff he does, even to the point where yesterday I actually had a couple of City fans on the stream telling me, you're making Arsenal fans think we fear them just because I'm trying to be like add some context to it. But at the moment, I'll be honest, I don't get what he's doing. Like, because he's got Man United next weekend. I don't believe that you can, even if Gabriel and Saliba have a great partnership, they have not played with each other this season, right? Saliba's got used to playing in a different system with different players, and now potentially, I think all Arsenal fans would hope that he's going to revert back to what it was last season, and just hope that Saliba and Gabriel can instantly go back to having that same form and know exactly. And I think it's a risk. I think at the moment, I also think Arsenal's squad, by the way, well, if he sticks with that, it's even crazier. So I don't know what the right thing is. I also think this whole narrative that Arsenal have strengthened so much, if you deep it, when Timber was fit, 100%, they were stronger at the back. Timber is now injured, right? Xhaka went, Rice came in. Rice is better, so that's a 0.5 strengthen because you've got rid of Xhaka. And then you've brought in Havertz, who, let's be real, not one Arsenal fan rated 3 months ago. So, and then they'll go, but they've brought Reyes in. So, okay, cool. But Ramsdale played 38 games last season. So, again, you could go with the narrative that he's going to push Ramsdale to bring the better out of him. But at the weekend, we didn't see that. That position, it wasn't someone that's getting better. So, at the moment, I'm looking at Arsenal going, all right, I'll give you like a 0.5 of an increase in strengthening. If you think that's enough to beat City in a title race, I really don't think so. But saying that, if they go out and get a player before the window closes, then that's the same with Liverpool. I think I have Arsenal and Liverpool. I said before the transfer window opened, I believe they are the two teams that could challenge us next season, and it is all based on what they do in the window. And right now, after Liverpool beat Newcastle, I was on Never Foul saying, I don't fear them. Spurs can worry about Liverpool, not us. And Liverpool fans were going, you're crazy, you're mental. And I said, well, I haven't learned anything. I know you're good going forward, but in that first half, you looked so damn bad at the back that I don't think you can challenge. Again, if Liverpool go and get a centre-back of a good quality and a DM of a good quality, I'll hear it again. Same with Arsenal. Arsenal go and get, for me, a defender, whether it be left back or right back, of a good quality, I'll hear it again. But at the moment, with the way their teams are, I don't think either of them can challenge us.
And the other thing that people have forgotten is that Thomas Partey and Tommy Asu were both out in January because they've got the Asian Cup and the African Cup. So if we don't go and strengthen them, we're going to be depleted again. So for me, there's a lot of work
to really
do, man.
Spend, Pots, man. Like, how much can you? You've spent a shitload already, man.
We have, and it's not enough. And at the moment, and also it's potentially on the wrong players. I said at the start, I really wanted Moussa Diaby. He was 40 million. I really wanted James Maddison. He was 40 million. We spent 100 on Havertz and Vieira. Now, I know Vieira was last window, but that's a lot of money to spend on those two. Them two have got to work. This Havertz thing has got to work. Timber, you can't help that, man. That's a massive thing. That ACL is huge. But
and if Smith Rowe goes, you've got weaker. Because there's another squad player.
I don't think Smith Rowe is leaving.
He's not going to go.
I think he will. I think he's going to push it himself, personally.
Well, I don't, we'll see because they obviously want.
Are you talking about the Joe Shields thing?
They're going to want a certain amount of money. No, Joe Shields is.
Even if it's a loan, I think that.
Hold on.
I think he'll push for a loan because after the summer he had playing in the Euros, right?
I thought that was talking about the Chelsea thing.
No, Smith. No. I don't think he'll go Chelsea, but I think Smith Rowe will be saying if it doesn't look like I'm in contention. This is a very important thing. He's not 18. He's 23, right? He's just come back from injury. He's had a good summer. If I was him, I'd be going, I get it. You might not want to sell me. Give me a 6-month loan. Loan me out and let me go and prove myself because you're not going to let me prove myself in this team by the looks of it. So,
but can I say as well? Hold on. I'm literally going to sway it to you. I'm going to segue it to you. But because Husam's saying that, you know, the basically saying why are you panicking? It's too early. I saw you tweet that you still feel like you're confident Arsenal can win the league, right? Or I don't know if you're confident or you're pushing them because you want them to win it. But you're seeing the stubbornness of maybe. But the way that he's almost forced himself Arteta's forced himself to have to play Havertz because he spent a lot of money on him, which is effectively people are saying is scapegoating. But in my opinion, it is kind of changing the balance of the team and the original setup from last year, and it's kind of throwing everything into the atmosphere. Now we don't know what Arsenal are going to look like, which is completely contrasting last year. We knew exactly what Arsenal are going to look like. Do you not think that unnecessary tinkering and meddling is going to set them back in this race? Because you can't really afford to start poorly against City.
Okay, they get better. I'll answer the question. First of all, I tweeted that my prediction will probably change 31st August, depending if anyone makes any crazy transfers or stuff. So I'll revise that prediction. But as of today, I still believe it. I still think Arsenal are going to win the league this season. I think they've actually.
You are fucking crazy, man.
Can I speak? Or
hey, 2 shows, it's show and a half.
It's not my fault. Everyone just want to come up here and just say City all the time. Other people think differently. So here's the thing. I think with Arsenal, actually, they've shown that they can win the league, and they've proven my point in the first 3 games. And I always say, in tighter races, you need to win games 2-1. You need to win games 1-0 more than you need to win games 4-0, 5-0, 6-0, and just hammer teams. Arsenal in the first 2 games didn't play well, still got 3 points on the board. That's something that they need to do more often, just like we saw City do against Sheffield. With the game against Fulham, 99% of the time, Arsenal win that game. The reality is, Arsenal battered Fulham. They battered the shit out of Fulham.
Sam, let me debunk you. Sorry, bro. You just said
no, sorry, because I waited. Let me speak. Let me speak.
No, you just said something that don't make sense.
Let me speak. Every time I'm in mid-sentence, bro, let me speak.
Both speak.
So with Arsenal, I think the game against Fulham, they absolutely battered Fulham. And I think it's actually... if they played that game 100 times, Arsenal would win 99 times. That's just the reality. Fulham had 2 shots on target. They scored 2 goals. Games like this have happened to Liverpool. They've happened to Man City. They've happened over the last 3-4 years, where another team just not your day. You know, these games like this happen. Now, when it comes to this Havertz situation and what happens this Saturday this Sunday against Man United, I think if he even goes with the same exact team, they batter Man United. And that's not me being, hateful towards United or anything. I think if Arsenal play the same exact way they did against Fulham and Man United play the same exact way they did against Forest, Arsenal beat Man United based on the 2 equaling performances, because Arsenal performed really well. They just couldn't get the ball in the back of the net. Now, when Jesus comes back, when they fix the situation and that front 3 gets going, then we'll see what happens. Because last year they scored enough goals to win the league. They just need to get defensively stronger. And other than Fulham, they've done that in the first 2 games. So I can't lie. They just reiterated what I felt about Arsenal.
Okay, so what you said there was that you think that so far this season, Arsenal have showed you that they have got what it takes to win the league. You then spoke on the first 2 games. Then you spoke on the 3rd game, right? Bro, Manchester City were drawing and scored a goal to win the game, right? So Arsenal and that was away from home, by the way. At home against Fulham, if you think
10-man Fulham.
10-man Fulham, thank you. If you think, that not being able to turn that into a win, is a form of someone that can win the league. Absolutely no problem, bro. But I mean, you've won a league before, so I don't think you know, I've seen Liverpool against Palace. I remember back a few years ago when you won the league, and I think you were 3-1 down and 1-4-3 or something. Yeah, that is the form of champions. Drawing with Fulham at home and not being able to turn it into, and you can say they played better, they peppered their goal, whatever, bro. They didn't win at home. That's not the form of champions. You know what the form of champions is. The form of champions is turning draws into wins.
So the goals we conceded were soft.
That's why Daps, you should let people land, because you just didn't hear me out to begin with.
No, I did hear you out, but you
responded to something. You responded to something I didn't say. I said the first
in the second bit.
I said the first 2 games were form of champions.
No,
and
you said form of champions before that, actually.
I said the third game, if they played that 100 times, they win 99% of the time.
Yeah, which I agree, but they didn't win it, bro.
You're saying this as a City fan, and I'm saying this as a Liverpool fan, because we've lived through title races these last 5 years. And when it comes to games like this, they happen. I've drawn to Everton at home, drawn to Leicester at home. You've drawn to Palace. You've drawn to Southampton.
Sam, there's a difference.
You've had results like this. How many times, Daps, you're a City fan. How many times have you had 20 shots? They've had 2 and it ended 2-2.
Loads. But here's the thing.
And you still end up winning the league, right?
But here's the difference. The difference is with Manchester City and Liverpool, we know what happens business end of the season. So at the start of the season, listen, I remember doing the stream after the Everton game with you guys, like New Year's Eve, where I was off my head. But I was still saying the fact is, I know business end of the season, what we do, right? Arsenal don't have that credit in the bank to allow points like that be dropped at the start of the season.
That's true.
They don't, because we know when they're
they
showing
have to
pressure
turn up
already.
April time, 100%.
And bro, you've got to look at the fixtures, right? Already, I'm telling you now, but I think I spoke with Potts about it yesterday, but just to let any Arsenal fans that don't know this already, you play City at the Emirates first, which means business end of the season, you have to come to the Etihad. Now, in a title race, you don't want that, because you're already 2 points down. Then you're looking at this going, do you know what? And these are little details that you have to look at, that they're going to have to come to the Etihad, and they won't get a point at the Etihad. They'll go back down the M6 and M1 with no points whatsoever. So right now, Arsenal can't be dropping points to Fulham at home. That is not the form of champions, bro. It isn't.
They need to play well against City, home and away, and they need to turn up business end of the season. Those are 2 things that I agree with you on 100%.
But I don't see, with the Champions League, the fact that they've got Champions League this season to play. You look at last season, they was out of all the competitions early. Mm-hmm. They were blowing a lot of teams away, but they ran out of steam towards the end of the season, and teams started to figure them out. And now we're supposed to think with European football, where they're going to have to play their strongest team twice a week, they're suddenly more equipped to win the league than they were last season, just because they're narrowly beating the bottom teams rather than blowing them away. Because they're winning 2-1 instead of 3-0 or 4-0, now they're more equipped to win the league. I don't buy that at all. I think it's going to be
how you start,
European football.
And that's the point, Husam, and you're right about that. It's how you finish.
The only team that has beaten City to the title is yourselves, and you didn't start slowly. You ran away and left.
Our start was the record start, though, so you can't use that as a measure.
Hold on. That was the 2019 season when there was different gravy.
Your start was a record start, and last season, Arsenal's start was also ridiculous as well, and that's why they were in the title race to begin with, is because they had such a lead. At one point, they had like an 8-point lead, and then City had to come and claw them back. When do you ever see City leading and someone claw them back? It hasn't happened. It has not happened with Pep.
It'll happen this year.
He's only lost 2 titles, and the other one was Conte, and that was his first year. And again, we started and we just didn't look back. So unless Arsenal,
you're so shameless counting that Conte.
I am shameless. So you're still gonna let me land.
Pep was playing color of left centre back. Behave.
All I'm saying is that if he continues to persist with Havertz, Odegaard, and Rice as his midfield and keeps moving Partey out of position, that is a weaker midfield than last season. That is weaker than Xhaka, Partey, Odegaard. So until he fixes that, and however long it takes the stubbornness or the ego to fix that and to get Arsenal back to what they were doing, then he may drop more points. I want to ask Flawless though, are you confident of beating Arsenal on Sunday? Because
absolutely not.
Sam's just said it's an Arsenal win.
Absolutely not. I think this game here, for the first time I can remember is
4-1. That's not a good result, Husam. They need to win 2-1 if they want to be league winners.
I like that. Yeah, it is. But yeah, I think this is the least confident I've heard both sets of fan base going into this game. I don't think Arsenal fans are confident in regards to how they're playing. Not all, but some Arsenal fans, and same with some Manchester United fans as well. I favour them in the game simply because it is at the Emirates, and I don't know how we're going to look, how we're going to play, what Manchester United are going to turn up. Obviously, Varane being injured, like, that's going to be a blow, even if he was out for just this game. Even though Lindelof, when he's deputised more often than not, has played well.
What the fuck just happened?
Flawless is on drugs. Don't worry about it. Just leave him. Carry on, Flawless.
No, at least you can have Cucurella. He's in. That's confirmed.
Yeah, don't.
What the hell just happened? Am I the only one who sees this?
We all see it, but it's
Rainbow.
Let me tell you something, right? Me and Pop,
No, this is like the TVs from the 1980s.
Yeah,
like,
Rainbow.
Let me tell you why me and Potts are unmoved, right? Lawless always talks about having this incredible setup, and he knows all about the technology and all the gadgets.
Come to me if you want tech, he says. Come to me.
If you need anything technical, anything techie or technical, you go to Lawless, because Lawless knows everything about, and he does. He's very, but then he always has the worst picture with multiple pixels running around his screen, and now it's got this rainbow color on this 1930s TV. Bro, I don't know what's going on over there.
No, my camera unplugged. It unplugged. That's all.
that looks like an antenna on a TV from 1976. I don't know what's happening over there, brother.
I need to see what you lot are seeing, because it looks crisp on my end. I don't know what you guys are seeing.
I think Lawless's setup is more complicated than it needs to be. That's always been my feeling. But yeah, I mean, Flawless, bro.
Yeah, go on.
You're saying that no one's confident. That's mad.
But that it's not mad. It's not mad when you look at the performances from both sides. When you look at it, obviously Arsenal drawing against Fulham, performances before that, even though I thought they were decent against Forest on the opening day, but even Forest like got back into that game. And yeah, with us, it really was against Forest like the good and the bad, because that first 4 minutes, I was just in shock. You know what I'm saying? Like that first 4 minutes, it was just, and that's nothing to do with style of play. That's nothing to do with patterns of play. That's nothing to do with tactics. That's just basic organization. There's no way you should concede a goal from your own corner. How is that happening? Why is there not bare minimum two, sometimes three people on the halfway line? That's basics. I play Saturday League, Sunday League. That's just basic stuff. Anyone who plays at any level of football knows that. And then even the second goal to compound that was just the same as well. Free header, even though it hit Bowley. That's like he didn't even know anything about it. It just hit him. He didn't head that. And then it went in. But then from the point after they scored the second goal up until we scored the third goal, we were very good. I have no complaints with our performance in between that period. So after we conceded the second, up until the point we scored the third, that's everything I've wanted to see from Manchester United. Dominating the ball, dominating possession, creating clear-cut chances, creating half chances, getting into good opportunities, suffocating the team, not letting them out. And we did, yeah, it is Nottingham Forest, but I've not seen us do that in the longest. And at that point, they were lucky that it was only 3-2, because some of them chances we missed was criminal. The Casemiro one and the Bruno ones are the two that stick out the most. And it was good to see. But then you seen the bad of Manchester United again, because even after we scored the third goal, we were awful again, giving the ball away, and they had 10 men. How are we giving? I'm on my watch along on the channel, I'm shouting. I'm like, why are we kicking the ball long? Get the ball on the deck and just play it around. Like, it's really that simple. But you've seen the very best of Manchester United and the very worst of Manchester United in that Nottingham Forest game, because we're just not a very good team, which is what I've been banging on about all summer long. When we spoke on Battle of the North, all summer long, I said, look at this team. It's not really that good. And people in the chat would look at me like, oh, you don't know what's happening. The Mount signing, this, that, and the third. People also backing this Cucurella sign. Bad signing. You don't know it's a bad signing.
How you feeling?
It's Mason Mount 2.0. It's the same shit. It's Mason Mount at left back with curly hair. A man who, as a man of many traits and excels at a man of many traits and a master of nothing. And he just thinks of just laziness.
But why you never
and just
finish
being
the saying?
Ill-prepared. Say again?
Why do you never finish the saying?
Finish what saying?
The saying that you just said.
What,
the end of the saying is often better than a master of one. That's the saying.
I didn't even know that's the full. I do the shortened version, fam. I ain't got the time to be wasting
all
the
I need
extra
to know
syllables.
The full version.
I don't need to know the full
Why
version.
Stevie G is the GOAT.
People know what me. Yeah, tell him put his Premier League medals on the table. But yes, as I was saying anyway.
Carry on.
Yeah. You don't want that conversation. But yeah, as I was saying as well about Cucurella, yeah, it's a terrible signing. I'm saying it's not as bad as the Mount signing, but it's in the same ballpark when I look at it. Like
I was looking at your targets. Your targets speak volumes, bro. Regular
and it's late. And it's
Marcus Alonso,
Ryan Bertrand, Ashley Young,
Ryan Bertrand,
and that speaks to our recruitment team, our scouting team, and Ten Hag himself. That because I had people on my
I'm
channel.
so glad you kept it real and said Ten Hag himself. I'm so glad.
I always keep it real. What was I saying? Yeah, like they're the three options. I had people on my channel saying, well, Cucurella is the best out of the options. I'm like, why are they the options? Let's not act like they're the only 3 left backs in worldwide football. There's hundreds of thousands of fullbacks applying their trade all over the world. Manchester United have the assets and have the finances to go and scout players wherever. So you can go and get a left back that is better than Cucurella, that is better than a Reguilon. I don't know too much about Tagliafico, so I can't really speak on that. But it just slaps off the incompetence of the team. And this is the same team that people on this very channel will say in the chat and go, why don't you back? Because we make silly decisions. And I've seen people already trying to back this. Because if I was on this show last week and said, you know what United need? Cucurella. I would have got laughed at. That would have got caught up, clipped, and put out if I would have said that. But now Manchester United have gone for Cucurella. Right. All of a sudden, it's a good signing. Same way after we lost the FA Cup final to Manchester City. If I came on the channel the very next day, because it was a Sunday, I think, so yeah, it would have been the Monday, and said, you know what Manchester United need in this coming season to turn our seasons around? Mason Mount would have got caught up and clipped, hella retweets, bare likes, etc. But as soon as Manchester United want to do it, people want to go with it. I'm all for giving players a chance who are unknown. Like that's why I'll give a player like, for instance, a Malacia, a Martinez, a Anthony. I don't know enough about them because they're not here week in, week out. We have enough evidence on Cucurella. We have enough evidence on Mason Mount. And people keep using, he's bad. He's been bad.
He only had one poor season. He was
so he had one poor season. This is my point. Why are we signing players?
Looking at him as well. And you guys got good history of getting players like Manchester.
Hold on, but we weren't looking at him when he'd had a bad season. That's what he's saying.
Daps knows me well enough. That's exactly the point I'm making. Why all of a sudden are we Rehabilitation FC? Why are we players coming to us to rediscover their best form? How about we go sign players coming off of their best form? What's going on?
Do you know what the maddest thing is, though? Your club
Why is that the case?
That's the way your club thinks. Because in the summer, apparently, your club came to City and said, you were interested in Maguire before. Are you still interested in him now? And it's like... No, because we've seen what. No. Do you know? In the summer, apparently, start the summer, they offered City Maguire and their thinking was, well, you wanted him before, so maybe now you want him again. But exactly,
like things don't change, and that's what it is with Cucurella. Like people say, he was bad at Chelsea. And everyone's bad at Chelsea, like it makes bad form, okay? He was good at Brighton, like
everyone is bad at Chelsea. That's a fair argument.
Can I flip this? I will flip it. You know,
Chelsea are a cesspit flawless.
You know how we'll flip it because Thiago Silva don't look bad playing for them. Thiago Silva don't look like
but Thiago Silva is different.
No, because you know why he's different. Before you go, Matisse, he's different because he's quality.
Because he's one of the best centre backs of our lifetime.
Because he's quality. Bring me quality.
Yeah, okay, but he's one of the best centre backs of our lifetime. Name any other good player at Chelsea. Go on.
No, but hold on. That's what Lawless is. That's what Flawless is saying. Flawless is saying, and that's what he wants. He wants quality.
Let me
this is Man United. He wants to go back to Man
United.
Players
being bad can't be all the players' fault.
Chill.
22 players are bad. It can't be every individual's fault.
Hold on, there's no point talking about Silva. Let me test this properly. Would you have taken Sterling this summer, Flawless? Because I know you're a big fan of Sterling. That's the example you got to ask him.
Would I have taken with our attack? Yes.
Okay. Now Sterling was horrendous though. He was awful.
It's quality, right? But it's quality.
But it would have been the thing is the difference is I've seen him perform at the highest level. Cucurella don't have that. Cucurella's not Sterling. Sterling gets hella disrespect.
Oh, man, you had that out here, man.
And Sterling would have been my first choice.
He failed, he stepped up and failed. Same way Potter, or Frank Lampard. You know what I mean? When they made the steps up.
That's what it is. Because here's the thing. Because I'll flip it on its head. Because people have mentioned when we've been linked, and again, I didn't think we'd ever sign any of these players, but people ask me questions, I always answer. So, like for instance, when people say, would you take a Neymar? Would you take a João Felix? Would you take a Verratti, for example? If you are at your best, one of the best players in the league or one of the best players in Europe, guess what? I'll run the risk. So even if you've had a season or two of bad form or injuries, because I don't look at it, all right, if it goes wrong, we know what happens. But if it goes right, what happens? People were talking about Verratti and saying his injury record is a problem. I hear all of the cons with Verratti. Hear all of it. But if you get him playing well, he's one of the best midfielders in Europe. It's the same with Neymar. I've been critical of Neymar more than most because I think after Barcelona, he's gotten away with murder in regards to where his career has gone. But for the right price on a loan deal, would I have taken a Neymar? Yes, because if you get it right, he's the best left winger in the league. So why would I not want to take potentially one of the best attackers? Now we're talking about Cucurella. Cucurella at his best is a good player. He's a good left back. Good's not good enough.
At his best, he was the second best left back in the league with Brighton.
Yeah, because okay, so who was third and fourth at that point?
It was Cancelo one and
Cucurella.
Who was behind Cucurella? Who was behind Cucurella? Name the Robertson third and who?
Sorry, is Cancelo the bar though? Sorry, Cancelo's the bar. Come on.
Wait, who was 4?
Yeah. That was 2 seasons ago.
No. Wait, who was number 4? Did you say?
Number 4 was probably Luke Shaw.
And who was number 5?
I don't fucking remember.
Okay, well, you the guru. You know what I'm saying? But the point that I'm making is saying, he was the second.
Guru.
He was the one, self-proclaimed. But yeah, he was the one. He was the second best left back in the league. What's the rest of the quality saying? Just because you're top 5 in a position in your league does not make you a good player. Especially if it's weak in that. If Shaw's in the top 5, it's weak.
You could say Chilwell top 5.
He's been at Manchester United almost a decade and has one outstanding season. He's not a good left back.
No, I'm not doing Luke Shaw prop. First of all, let me just say this.
I didn't say you was doing Luke Shaw prop. I didn't say before you go. I didn't say you was doing Luke Shaw prop. I was making the point.
I take that back.
You just said Cucurella was the second.
Just so we can move on.
The second best. But yes, let's go.
Move on for the benefit
He's got
of
a
the show.
question. He's got another United rep.
Oh,
I know you're the second United rep, but let me go.
No, I'm not the second United rep. I'm the United rep.
Yeah, go on.
So let me
go on.
But I didn't interrupt you at all.
But he's not finished, fam. He's not finished. He's got another question.
Oh, you?
Relax. No, Matisse.
No, but Matisse, listen,
he said he's not finished.
let me just say.
I want to hear what he's got to say before, because you don't have no questions.
Bro, Matisse is just going to ask a question about Cucurella. We already know about Matisse.
No, I'm not.
Want to bet?
Let him ask.
This guy, I don't know.
I just wanted to talk on Man United. I can't even do that.
Host. Yeah, I know, but brother.
He's a shit host, Flawless.
No, what you have to understand is that you have no timekeeping skills, right? I'm trying to make sure everybody gets equal shine here. This is football, okay? This is football.
What do you mean this is not football?
It's not your space. This is not your space, right? You host on your channel and you host on your spaces. I'm hosting. I'm gonna ask a proper question that I want to get.
Unbelievable.
Because I'm trying to
don't
vary
negative
conversation.
for my
We already know you're the United hater. I don't even know why I haven't sent you off at this point. You're so disrespectful. It's insane, right? Does anybody here think Cucurella is going to be a good signing for United? Because I've only heard Cucurella.
Can I tell you, Flawless? There you are.
I can't wait for a Carabao Cup game where we see Mark, Johnny, and Harry in the back 4.
That was not an answer to the question. Anybody feel like Cucurella is going to be a good signing for United? If everybody is unanimously saying he's a bad signing, we can move on.
He can play. You know what? He can play.
I think he'll be a good signing.
Hold on. They've got Malacia. They've got Malacia who can do more of the just right. Yeah, I get it, but they've got Malacia, right? Who is a left-sided player that can't play in the centre. I do get with Cucurella, they've gone and got someone who, because this is to replace Shaw while Shaw's injured, right? And Shaw can play left back or left centre back. They've gone and got a centre back that can play left back and left centre back. And I am kind of with Matisse on the. Yeah, Chelsea last season, there was a lot of players that Chelsea fans will say, oh, you can't judge them on last season because none of the team were good last season. So we have to provide the same thing on Cucurella and go, do you know what?
I agree.
But so I do get that. But I also get what you're saying, Flawless.
I think he'll be a good signing, by the way.
But the way Flawless is looking at it,
I'd even want him when he was at Brighton, when he was at his best.
Yeah.
That never nobody ever mentioned that when he was at Brighton and was playing at his very best. And we've needed fullbacks for time. This is something else I've been banging on about for the longest amount of time. No Manchester United fan in any space on Twitter, creating anywhere you create content in any group chat when you're talking with your man them, have you been talking about left backs for Manchester United fans and ever gone, you know who we should sign? Cucurella. Even when he was at Brighton. Same with Mason Mount when he was at Chelsea. When are we just going to start being honest? People need to start being honest and stop it. You know what I'm saying? And I get it from rival fans because I'd run the same jokes and bants. What annoys me the most about it is United fans who get behind this shit and be like, yeah, it's not that. Cut it out. Because I've been talking to certain people for a year in my comment section, not once, and we spoke and agreed, yeah, we need left backs. No one's ever mentioned Cucurella, even when he was at Brighton and he was at his very best. Because at his very best, he's just very good. But guess what? Very good is not good enough for where we want to be to.
And that's what I was going to say. That's what I was going to say. That I think what you're going on the whole, you want to get United back to where United were, and you want to get quality players all across the pitch. The only thing is, I think this is just another thing that at the moment, your owners, you're being sold, bro. It's so clear by the amount that you're kind of, the budget you're working with.
So let's say that is, and we're being sold. And let's for argument's sake, we'll say that's the truth. I legit don't know about that. I'm still unsure because you never know with the Glazers. But in regards to there's still better options than that. If you're gonna go loan someone who's unknown. Again, it's someone I don't know. Go get me another Malacia. If you went and got me someone of not Malacia's skill set, I'm talking profile, I'd shut up and go, you know what, cool.
If you've got Malacia that's injured, that's injured. Do you not need somebody that's gonna be
I'm with you with the left back because we need a left back. That's not Cucurella. He ain't gonna make no impact.
Are you like 100% certain he's not making an impact?
As sure as I was with Mason Mount.
You're that against the signing?
The same things you told me about Mason Mount and what happened after 2 games.
Yeah, but that's different in a way, because the way that you're using him, the way that you're using him is very similar to probably the way you'd want to use Bruno, and you can't have both, right? That's the balance issue that you're talking about with Casemiro kind of being left on his own. Cucurella is going at left back. You know his position, you know his role. Can he not do it?
So what's he gonna do
on a loan deal as well?
No, he can't. No, because he's not good enough, and you know that. That's why you can't even say that shit with a straight face, man. Come here asking me stupidness, man. You know it's a bad signing.
I'll say something with a straight face. I think he's a good signing. I don't.
Of course you do, man. If I was the Liverpool fan, I'd think Cucurella to Manchester United was a good signing too. You know what I'm saying? 100%. Yeah, man knows.
Husam, explain your reasoning, bro.
I know. Bro, he ain't got no reason. He's a Liverpool fan. That's his reason.
When someone disagrees with you, it doesn't mean he's wrong by definition. Just because he supports another club.
Now you're wrong with this because you would have taken
Cucurella when he was at his best.
Would you take Cucurella at Liverpool? Would you take Cucurella at Liverpool? Would you take Cucurella at Liverpool? Answer the question.
No, let me speak first and then I'll answer.
No. Just answer the question. It's yes or no. See, no.
When it comes to Cucurella, I think he'll be a good signing for Manchester United. I don't think he's as bad as people make out. Chelsea are a cesspit of talent. There are 22 players there who look like shit and 1 player who looks good. These 22 players can't be all blamed individually for looking like shit. There is a collective reason why they look like shit, which is the change of managers, the instability, all of that shit that's happening at Chelsea. Cucurella at his best, not only did Chelsea want him, Manchester City wanted him. So if Pep Guardiola wanted him and thought he's good enough for Manchester City, then that shows you that this guy had levels to go up. And
we wanted Harry Maguire and Fred.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you.
Those were pump fakes.
Thank you.
When it comes to Cucurella, by the way, Maguire and Fred would look 100 times better at City. When it comes to Cucurella, I think he has certain attributes that would help Man United play the Ten Hag way, which no one could define right now, which is, playing out from the back and all of that. He's good with his feet. He can pass the football. That's one thing you can say about him. So I don't think he'd be as bad a signing as Flawless. Me and Flawless can disagree. It's okay. We don't have to agree. Now, would I take him? Can you? Would I take him at Liverpool? No, because we don't need a left back. We need a centre back. That's what we need. So I don't need a left back.
So if Shimikas wasn't there, you take Cucurella. Shimikas was sold today. Would you take Cucurella?
Yes.
No.
100%.
No, you wouldn't. No, you wouldn't.
I would.
You can lie to the people. How many people are watching? How many people are watching? How many people are watching?
I would take him. Yes.
How many people are watching, Matisse?
If we sell Shimikas,
how much? Wait, one second. How many people are watching?
1.8k.
Hey, you lying to nearly 2,000 people, but keep it stepping. You know what I'm saying? That
would
never leave Hassam's mouth. Hassam would never ever
say, I'm not lying.
If Shimikas was sold, you would never do a show on your channel talking about, let's bring in Cucurella.
No,
you wouldn't.
No,
exactly,
there's a thing.
Because you don't rate him.
In terms of selling him, in terms of like us buying him off of Chelsea would ask for too much money. That would be one of the reasons why I would.
Because you don't rate him, that's why. What's too much money?
I rate.
Hold up. What's too much money?
Listen, you need to understand Chelsea is a set.
No. What's much? No. Answer the question. What's too much money? What is too much money?
Let me ask around. Hold on. Let me ask around. Potts, how much do you value Cucurella at right now? What you rate him?
It was 60 million, right? He's probably half that now. He's been shambles.
Yeah, 30. That's like that.
Lawless, what about you? Do you think he's a good player? How much you rate him at?
25 mil. 25 mil. I think Chelsea overpaid, and his value has definitely dipped. Although, I mean, this tells us nothing, by the way, about if United are going to be shit or not this season. Man United, not West Ham United.
I was trying to speak about that, but I got interrupted.
Are they going to be shit or not? Are they going to be up there? But yeah, I say 25 million.
Well, their business correlates very much to how well they're going to do.
It's a loan. It's a loan, though.
If we lose to Man United, I'll tell you, I'm going to be pissed, man. Because Man United, we should be comfortably beating them, man. Like for me,
you're right.
Like with
100%.
this system or without this system, we should not be losing to Man United. They look all over the place. They've done nowhere near enough to be where they wanted to be, which was in a title race. I know you didn't say that, Flawless, but a few of the Man United fans did. Said that, yes, Qatari's coming in. We're going to be title racing. Harry Kane's coming. Look at the shambles that they've got. They're literally an injury away from Lindelof at the back, an injury away from Martial up front, an injury away from, well, it doesn't matter whether they play Anthony or Sancho on the wing. They're both absolute trash. Yeah, Rashford's still the best player. Bruno can still score penalties. Nothing has changed at Man United. It's still a shambles.
This is a disgrace in this window for Ten Hag's second season. Their transfer activity has been shameful.
And that's my biggest issue, because you mentioned it there, Potts, in regards to like us being in a title race. And I think if we would have actually acquired, like made the correct signings, we would have been in a title race. Genuinely, because we were just short of it last season. So if we would have stepped up, I don't think we would have won the league, but we could have been good enough to have actually been genuinely in the race. If City were not at it, then you're there to take advantage, and that's what you should be. If you're not the best team, if you're chasing someone down in the title race, then you should be there to capitalize if they are not at their best. Because we've seen many other Premier League sides, not every time the best side's done it. That's why we've seen Liverpool beat that Manchester City side, because City weren't at their best. Liverpool took full advantage. United and Arsenal have done that in the late 90s and the early 2000s. The list goes on. Chelsea and United have done that at times as well. So that's how I'm looking at it. That's why I'm so annoyed about the signings, because such a missed opportunity, and we had the money there. We had everything we needed there, and we had a base to build on from last season. And then now they just
Ten Hag's got to get some smoke, surely.
Yeah, definitely. I've already chucked in the towel this season.
35 mil, right? You could have got Amrabat. What happened to Amrabat?
I've already chucked in the towel this season as it is. I've been at acceptance.
Ten Hag out?
No, I ain't going out. Not yet.
It's above him, that's the problem, man. Like Ten Hag has got
not yet, so it's like door open.
No, but I'm looking at you though. I'm looking at you though. Yeah, 100%. I have to. When you make so many questionable signings and you spend money and we get worse, I have to look at you.
What have you tried getting Højbjerg as well?
Sorry,
yeah, Højbjerg, man. What's going on?
According to Husam, that's probably a good signing, though. But yeah, go on, Matisse.
What was a good signing?
Højbjerg.
Fuck no, that's a bad signing right there.
Yeah, go on.
Bad signing.
What have you chucked in the towel on? Like what? Have you,
just us doing anything this season.
As?
We can't have a better season than last season. Like that's our season. Okay. Third and like a domestic trophy. I'm not saying we do that. I'm saying that's us at our very best. And that's what's so annoying, is because we exceeded my expectations, did that. All right, let's kick on. And then we just before we beat ourselves. That's what annoys me the most. It's not like
top four.
Yeah, we ain't finishing top 4. No, with this team.
Wow.
We need to make his. We ain't finishing top 4. We don't score enough goals. I keep asking this. This is what I was saying to you, Matisse, when you picked to second. I said,
three goals at the weekend. Goals.
So we all know Matisse is done out here.
Hold on, but what about when this strike? What about
do I have your Do I have your Royal Highness permission to speak about Man United now, Matisse? Have you got your Cucurella thing
because
out
the problem with you is that you keep interrupting. It's not good for the audio when you keep speaking over people. You got to take time with it, brother. So
okay, no one interrupt me then. 2 minutes and I'll be done.
Now go for it. Yeah,
2 minutes.
Okay, so I think with Man United, first of all, me and Floss agree a lot on Man United. He's actually, whenever we say something, we usually agree on his club. I don't know why he's mad at me today, just because I said Cucurella's good. But anyway,
I'm not mad
when it comes to Man United, look, Man United are corrupt. And you're calling me angry. I'm not angry and I'm not hateful. I'm not spiteful. The reality is Onana did clothesline from hell the guy against Wolves. And against Nottingham Forest, that was a cheap penalty to give away. And also Nottingham Forest, I don't think that's a red either, but that's a different topic for a different day. Now, when it comes to Man United, extremely lucky in the game against Forest. 10-man Forest, barely beat them, comeback, needed a penalty. Man United are in for a long-ass season. They're actually in for a long-ass season. And last year, all we heard was Wait till Ten Hag gets his players, and then we're gonna see the Ten Hag style. And then the season starts, and they play the same shit, if not worse than last year. Like, it's just like even Man United fans are going like, I don't understand Ten Hag's system. I don't know what Ten Hag is doing. I'm not talking about people from spaces. I'm talking about people who go to Old Trafford. I'm talking about match-going fans who go to Old Trafford. They're questioning his style of system, the way he plays football. And I can't lie, Flawless was right about something. Many people overrate the Man United players. Some of these guys are not as good as people make out at all. Like even the likes of Rashford. That thing against Awoniyi, like he just didn't fancy like going in for a challenge. Are you fucking mad? Like you should be putting your body on the line, especially as someone from the Man United academy. Like you should be fighting for that. You don't even fight for that, and you just let Awoniyi dribble past you. I don't know why Onana was like. I know it's Carnival weekend, so maybe he was dropping it down real low for Awoniyi. It makes no sense why my man was trying to levitate. I'm levitating. He was just trying to levitate off the ground or something. But that was an embarrassing moment right there. Being 2-0 down to Nottingham Forest at home, who's a relegation candidate, within 5 minutes is alarm bells ringing. And when it comes to Mason Mount, them losing Mason Mount from a balanced perspective probably makes them better. As much as Eriksen is not rated by the Man United fan base, and I don't think Eriksen is an unbelievable player or anything, from just purely a balanced perspective is a lot more balanced than with Mount and Bruno. Eriksen there is a lot more balanced because he can be an 8. Mount is not an 8. So that's why it ruins the balance if Mount is there. So with Eriksen in there, it gave them a bit more balance in midfield. Casemiro doesn't look like shit again. So that's why I say Casemiro is not a shit player. I think Casemiro gets a whole lot of grief for no reason because Ten Hag is doing to him what Klopp did to Fabinho last year, which is give him 50 acres of space to cover, which I don't think is fair on Casemiro. And the Man United fans who are over-criticizing Casemiro are criticizing him for shit that they knew already even when they praised him, which is like, people are going like he's not a good passer. But when you were rating him last season, he wasn't a good passer to begin with. Like, people are so reactionary of these first 3 games. I don't think anyone should be Ten Hag out yet, but the alarm bells should be ringing because of style of play, the way that they're playing football. And Man United have one major problem, and it's a major, major problem. Other than Rashford, they have a goal-scoring problem because if Rashford don't get a goal, they're struggling to get a goal. That's a massive, massive, massive problem to them. And you can't be doing Martial prop in 2023. So they need Højlund to bang. They need Højlund, even though he's a young player, he's coming in based on potential, blah, blah, blah. He needs to bang. Because this Anthony guy, I don't know when, like people, he has a Brazilian passport. You're not Jogo Benito, you're not GA. You can't give me GA, you can't give me Jogo Benito, you can't give me either of them. Man's just, you know the meme of the guy eating chips, man's just here, innit? That's literally Anthony. Like, he's just here. He's just there. You watch him and I'm like, what do you actually do? Like, do you create chances? No. Do you score? No. Do you get into smart positions? No. Why are you there, bro? And final point, that's why Flawless, when he mentioned Ten Hag, I'm like, I'm so happy you mentioned Ten Hag. I think blame needs to be spread out. Same way I will keep the same energy for my club. Blame is spread out. It's not just Ten Hag's fault. Let's get that straight. It's people around him fault too. But at the same time, you look at certain signings, the Mount thing, for example, he was the guy that pushed for the Mount signing. So now he has to find a way to make Mount work. With the Højlund signing, for example, 75 million on Højlund and 60 million on Mount. 64. I don't need to add on. 64 and 60. So that's 124 million for both these players combined. I think us right here, us 6 could get in a room and probably find 3 signings better for Man United using 124 million. Amrabat alone, who makes a gazillion times more sense, cost 20 million. We just saw this today. We just saw it today. 20 million. McAllister 35. Ugarte, if they wanted the DM, cost 50 earlier on. Even the likes of Kone and Thuram, who are young and experienced, from a balance perspective, make a lot more sense, and they only cost 30, 40. They could have gotten a backup centre-back if they need be. Look at the Onana signing. That's a smart signing. Now, when it comes to Ten Hag, the one thing he needs to get away from is this friends and family project he's trying to create. You cannot create Ajax Amsterdam in the Premier League. That's something you need to step away from. When they signed the Turkish goalkeeper, I almost stood up and clapped. I'm like, finally they signed someone Ten Hag doesn't want. And then an article comes up. This was the guy that Ten Hag wanted to replace Onana at Ajax. And I'm like, are you mad? Like, this guy's just signing the people he fucking knows. Like, you need sometimes to sign players you don't know, your fan base doesn't know, the people around you don't know, gems, or players that maybe players in the league don't know, and that's what you need. And he's not doing enough of that. That's why Ten Hag needs blame.
I know you're going to move on with it,
on.
Matisse. Yeah, there's just a couple things. So I agree with the majority of what Husam said. Just a couple things. One, I'm definitely not blaming Rashford for that 1 year thing. Did you see the speed he was moving at? I put that on YouTube on my phone. I thought the video had sped up because somebody like you was criticizing Rashford for that. My man looked like Black Panther out of the scene in Civil War when Captain America's trying to chase him down. No one was stopping a 1 year at that speed. So, and another thing we're not going to do is you call us corrupt. Don't blame Manchester United for officials and referees not doing their job. We just heard Mike Dean come out and say, I didn't give a decision in the Chelsea Spurs game because I didn't want any more grief from my brethren on the pitch. Again, it's not Manchester United's job to officiate the game. That is not our job to make sure officials do what they're supposed to do.
Why is it always your club, though?
We know officials are incompetent. Say again?
Why is it always your club when it comes to these things?
Yeah, I don't know. Hey, is what it is. I don't know. Again, that's just us. That's just the look, innit? Like if you were more successful and won more league titles, it would be Liverpool. That's just how it works. But we've had decisions go against us that people don't talk about. One with Mourinho that changed the history of the Premier League. But that's a whole different conversation anyway. Still not over that when Scholes scored an onside goal. But again, it don't fit your narrative, so you ain't gonna mention that. Go watch Manchester United Porto. Because if Porto don't win the Champions League, Mourinho doesn't go to Chelsea, and Manchester United probably pick up more Premier Leagues in that time. But like I said, whole different conversation, but it don't fit the narrative. But the point I'm making is not our job to make sure officials officiate correctly. They're there. If the referee, I told you this the Onana one, Stonewall penalty. I said it on the watch along, I said it after. Am I over the moon it didn't get given? Yes. Because Wolves would have equalised. But that's not our fault, so stop calling it corruption. Put the blame...
Did you keep me as moderator still,
put the blame...
or did you unmod me?
No, of course you're modded. Why would I unmod
my guy, love
of
man.
Course,
let me
but yeah, go on.
This, right, this is why
I stuck it to the members only watch along.
Yeah, because mods can go in there. Yeah, mods can go in there.
That's why you don't give managers recruitment roles, right? Because they're managers. And Ten Hag shouldn't be running Man United's recruitment. Agreed. You can't really blame him that he's only going for players that he knows, because who else is he meant to go for? He's not meant to
with
be
the budget they've got, and with the budget they've got. Exactly. I think that's the thing. If you haven't got the budget that I think he probably wants, then I do understand where it's like, well,
you're going to go to,
I'm going to go to what I know. And someone said that, because I'll be honest, I was saying the one, and I think I've actually said yesterday on a show that I don't think any of the Chelsea, City, Liverpool, Arsenal, Man United, Tottenham, or West Ham I'll put up there, or Brighton. I don't think any of those managers get the sack this year, right? And I don't think any of them should, by the way. I just have a feeling all of them are going to do where the club is at the moment, because all the clubs are at different places. So, and I think I am a fan. I'm not a fan of him. I think Ten Hag is the right manager, but I was kind of saying, why does he always go back to these players that are linked with Ajax? Why is everything something to do with Ajax? And someone said the same point to me, because that's what he's got to work with. He can't get what he wants, so he's just referring to what he knows. And I guess he do that. And that's why I think at the moment, this is any reactionary Ten Hag out or any of that. It's just nonsense. It's very clearly the board at the moment, and the board giving no direction, not the right budget for the size of the club. So you want the quality players you want, but your board don't want those players. Your board don't want to back him like that.
Do you think it's that reactionary?
It's definitely overreactionary, because this is it's not based off of last year, because there was a feel-good factor surrounding the club more than most people. General consensus was, all right, let's go in the window and go again, because we exceeded all of our expectations. If you talk to Manchester United fans at the start of last season, they did not expect a trophy in third. If you would have spoke to them after the first 2 games of last season, they might not even predicted top 6. So to do what he did, have us the way we're playing, actually have us defensively solid, which was the benchmark. That was our platform of why we were so successful, because we struggled to score goals all last year. But because defensively we were so good more often than not, that's what it was. So it's like, all right, go again. All his signings by Anthony, like I said, I had no issues with in the first season. I mean, in the first window, I had no issues. That's the only one I looked at and was like, all the others cool. So you can go out, even if you don't get quality players, you can go and get unknown gems. Go get someone who's unknown. Telling me all the left backs applying their trade, 100,000 left backs worldwide, and the best you can do is Cucurella. Now you're just lazy. It's just laziness.
No, but it's timing. It's timing, Flawless. It's 9th August.
Late in the
Again,
window,
I know it's late in the window, but that's what you get, and this brings
Yeah,
me back
that's
to
the thing. Late in the window.
No,
there's
but
3
this brings
days
me back to. But this brings me back to another point I've been making as well, because we failed to prepare. We should have had a new left back.
Yeah,
we
but
should
you
have had a new left back.
You had 2 left backs already. You're not gonna have 3 in
No.
the squad.
Get
rid of one of them.
No, that's my point. Is Shaw should not be our left back. Is the point that I'm making.
Yeah.
He shouldn't have been our left back.
Manchester United disagree because they clearly.
I thought you were having a go
Exactly.
at months there. I don't know.
No. Never. Nah, Malacia, my guy. No. It's Shaw. Shaw shouldn't be. He's been here almost a decade, and we can count on one hand the amount of good performances he's had. What are we talking about?
I love how Luke Shaw is such a point of difference, because we've all spoken to Man United fans here who think Luke Shaw is the fucking best thing since sliced bread.
100%.
Well, it's hot and cold every season. He has a good season, bad season.
Every season, like
Hey, Daps, that's being kind. You know what I'm saying? He's had
Yes,
one
I've never
exceptional
liked
season
him,
in 8 years. You know, and
I've
again,
never
that's
got the
why
hype with Shaw.
never in the middle.
It's
Like
not Gilberto anymore.
he's
It's not Gilberto anymore.
No, I
Let's
don't
move
think
on.
I
Roberto Carlos.
won't go as far. He's not shit. He's a very good centre back though. That's where he should play. And he's
Did you buy
he's
any of
built
them
like a
mugs?
centre-back.
The Roberto Carlos mugs, be honest.
Yo, Daps,
Move on.
Husam don't
Go on.
want to talk about Liverpool today. He
Move
just
on, man.
It's
wants to
mad,
talk about
isn't
Man
it?
United.
It's mad.
He
talk about
just
Liverpool,
thinks that we got this ever-ending excess of time. He just don't want to move on to his team.
And there's that music. It's just
They had an incredible win away at St James's, and he's getting into the nitty-gritty of Luke Shaw.
You're the one who wanted to start with West Ham.
Brother, because they won. They deserved their shine. Last time Lawless was on the show,
We
only
won
spoke
too.
about Liverpool. But then why don't we open with your part? Then so we move on to
Listen, I ain't got the 3 hours to sit and wait to get to West Ham. I ain't got the 3 hours.
This guy had a whole 5-minute monologue on Manchester United. Then he's got a next Q&A session on Man United for Flawless as well. He don't want to talk about his own team. Talk to us about your team, bro.
I think he loves Man United. He's more obsessed with Man United than Liverpool.
You know, Lawless, I don't like the energy you're showing me, even though I backed your team. I really don't like it.
Hey, Lawless, don't let this guy fool you on that. He'll try that.
No,
He'll stab you in the
I'm not.
back.
Don't do that, because I'm
do
nice to West Ham. I'm nice to West Ham even when he ain't here. Allow it.
Sure. Yeah.
When do we
Really?
talk about West Ham when
Sure.
he's not here? Hold on a
Facts.
second.
Yeah. This gonna be good. Go on. When do we talk? Yeah. When do we talk about West Ham when the Lawless ain't here?
I've always said West Ham are bigger than Spurs. I've always said that.
Okay.
Yeah, hold
No, that's
that,
more.
man.
No,
Hold
that's
that,
more to.
Matisse.
No, don't do that. That's more.
Why
to
trying to
Spurs.
create? Why trying to create fights with me and my
just-
neighbor? Relax. Me and my neighbor are
I
good.
said me and my neighbor.
So, yeah,
this
neighbors
fucking
are
guy.
not neighbors, vertical neighbors right here. Here's the thing with Liverpool Football Club. Despite the PGMOL, despite the FA, despite the Premier League, Liverpool Football Club won that game. Fucking unbelievable comeback with 10 men. With 10 men as well. Certain teams can't beat teams with 10 men. We actually had 10 men ourselves and we won the game against Newcastle away at St. James's Park. First of all, let me talk to this Jason Tyndall guy. I don't know why, he has main character syndrome. You can hold that fucking shushing club. Club's bigger than your entire club. You just sit your ass down, play your role, go help Eddie Howe with the cones and shit, and just play your fucking role. You're not that guy. Thank you, Jason. Sit down. Second of all, that picture is edited, but I don't give a fuck. Shush to him back after we scored the second goal. Nunez has been a divisive figure in the Liverpool fan base, because some people really like him, some people don't rate him, like myself. But I hope he continues to prove me wrong. I hope he has an unbelievable season, scores 50 goals, and he shuts me up and every single person who doubted him, because it's for the benefit of Liverpool Football Club, which is what I want. I think the referee tried his best to ruin the game 100%. And he did ruin it to an extent. Didn't give a Newcastle player a yellow until Trippier, even though Gordon elbowed Trent in the back. That wasn't a red. It was a foul, but not a red in my opinion. That's why we have the worst referees in the world. And even though I try to crash on United because they've been doing it for 30 years, the reality is the Premier League referees in general are just inept and corrupt and trash and shit. So it was a great comeback. I have to give.
Matisse, sorry, just to stop on that bit there before you carry on with. Have you seen the latest news as well on Van Dijk?
Yeah, because apparently he cussed out the ref. It might be 2 games instead of 1. Yeah. Well, but that's why we need a centre back anyway. And you see, actually, Liverpool and United, funnily enough, we were getting on to Flawless. We're kind of in similar conversations in this transfer window, because we just didn't do the shit that we needed to do. Had we done the shit that we needed to do from fucking 3 months ago, this wouldn't be a conversation to begin with. He wouldn't have been looking at Cucurella because he would have been prepared. I wouldn't have been looking at some of the fucking bozos I've been linked with, fucking Endo. So meaty, man. I'm so glad. Let me say this first of all, politically correct. I am so happy that I'm one of the real Liverpool fans and not one of the dopamine or copium sellers. I'm so happy. I'm actually a normal human being who's not a robot. You know the NPC challenge, because some of them just like get behind the lads, and they just say that like 15 times. They just think it makes them feel better, just like an NPC. Press X to play DVD, and they just say the same shit. Get behind the lads. Do you know?
We got them in our
Have you ever been to Anfield? Same shit over and over again. So
I do
for
feel
me,
for you in that respect.
I actually
it's very.
Thank you,
lazy.
Matisse. I'm making sorry.
It's
This
some-
Endo
it's
guy.
some
Listen,
bullshit,
anyone who watched that game, if you think that this Stuttgart DM was some sort of fucking hidden gem in Bundesliga after watching the first 2 games of him, then you are smoking, as they say in England.
How did he play? I didn't get to see the first half.
He has got
You're
100%
smoking
record win
good.
rate though. 100%.
It's just he's so meaty. I put out that video when we signed him, and then people were like, "Would you shake his hand if you met him tomorrow? Aren't you being so unfair? Give the lad an opportunity. Give him a chance." And I'm like, he's a fucking Stuttgart DM. They play a low block. They're 15th in the Bundesliga, you fucking idiot. It's so obvious he was going to be mid, and people didn't want to listen to me. So for me, unbelievable, fantastic win. Endo is not him. You know who's him? Soboslai. Anyone who wanted to make fucking, cringy nicknames, SpongeBob, Sabozlabobo, hold that. Because Soboslai first 3 games has been phenomenal, getting better every single game, just getting better and better and better and
I'm
better.
seeing De Bruyne comparisons already. So.
Yes.
Is it-
No, not the Bruyne comparisons. I think,
No, I am, bro. I am.
hear me out. I think he would have been perfect De Bruyne future replacement. Not now, future. So when De Bruyne's ready to move on, when Soboslai's 25, it would make sense. But anyway, he's very good when it comes to his performance and overall package as well. But this changes nothing, Matisse. We're fucking amazing scoring goals, and we have the same problems defensively. And that's why we looked better in both games with 10 men. With 10 men against Bournemouth, we won. With 10 men against Newcastle, we won. You know why? Because we're fucking compact and we defend stronger, which is why we need a fucking DM and we need a centre-back. I've said DM and centre-back so many times. You could have just said, play the video of me from 3 months ago or 2 months ago or a month ago or 3 weeks ago or 2 weeks ago. They've been the same shit because it's the same fucking problem that we haven't addressed. And now we're all over the place. I wouldn't be shocked whatsoever if we drop another Arthur Melo. Just some random motherfucker no one's heard of, and he just comes in here. Maybe Pjanic or some shit like that. So yeah, I'm here, man.
Don't you think, Husam, because I'm kind of with Daps. I didn't learn anything from that game because if literally Trent Alexander-Arnold is a great footballer but can't defend, I already knew that. Right, Liverpool defensively have issues. I already knew that. Going forward, I've always rated Darwin Nunez. I know you haven't. I actually do like Darwin Nunez, and I think he actually those two finishes were absolutely superb for me. Really, really underrated finishes. And I know that Liverpool can score goals because you've got a front five that know where the goal is. Right. So for me, I didn't learn anything from Liverpool other than you need a centre back and a CDM. Otherwise, there's no title coming. And I don't really know. Why that's a shock. Newcastle.
I think we learned more about Newcastle. We
learned challenge this time. You're not going to win it, but title challenge with those 2 signings for me.
For me, in it, we learned more about Newcastle. We learned
Newcastle
more about Newcastle.
Daps. Remember who said it? That's all I'm saying.
Look. I think Newcastle have earned their hype, but you are right that literally we're here saying there's comments saying, guys, it's 3 games after 1 game. You know, there was people saying, "Oh, could Newcastle challenge and whatever?" And if you look at it, they played after that game. They played City, and I'll be honest, saying not the best City. City with a few injuries. City 2.5
City
days
who just come back from a Super Cup in Greece.
Yeah, City with a new midfield and we still, for me, that was a Pep masterclass. Pep. With what he had, he outsmarted him, gave him a lot to think about. So therefore, they forgot to attack. Literally, that's what happened. And then against Liverpool, again, another big game. And this is the type of things that, look, I've seen Pep had to learn at Anfield, right? And I think Eddie Howe will learn the hard way and probably say to his mate Jason, do you know what? Jurgen Klopp is the person not to piss off, right? Because last season with Arsenal, with Xhaka, where Xhaka did that thing at Anfield, and you don't piss off Liverpool, right? Because They have fight in them. And I think he went into that. I think Klopp went into that dressing room with the bit between his teeth, as in, and gave one of those Klopp speeches that maybe you haven't seen for 2 years, right? Because the way you came out in that second half, and I'm not going to say like Liverpool fans will get carried away and go, we came out and blew them away, we looked different gravy. No, you didn't. You came out and you were so composed. Trent, I think one foul in 60 minutes or something, right? And they were trying to put it on him, but Trent stayed composed. And it's ultimately
second half completely different to first half.
It's like Klopp had said, listen, this is the way we're going to play. Let them. Someone said it earlier about Moyes. Very similar. Let Newcastle have possession. Let them have as much possession as they want, right? What are we good at? What of Newcastle? And what Liverpool are good at, always have been good at, is quick transition and breaks, counters, right?
Scoring goals, basically.
And ultimately, that's what you got. The ball up for one of the goals was a great ball from Trent that then started and it's just like he said, let's stay calm, trust what we're gonna do, and they got the win. Now, I do think that's great, but a couple of injuries to your defense, and that's why I've got to rate it, Sam. You've come on here, and unlike a lot of Liverpool fans I've seen over the last 2 days on our channel, I noticed a few things this weekend. So Saturday night, none of the Arsenal fans that are usually in our comments were there. They were nowhere to be seen in the live chat, right? Sunday night, there's Liverpool fans that I have not seen for months on the channel, back screaming, we're back, title challenge and all of that. So I've got to rate that you've come on it. And this is the thing. One of the things I actually say when I'm saying, look, for me, I look at Liverpool, I look at their defense, and I also listen to Liverpool content creators, and I listen to the same Liverpool content creators. Husam, you're one of them. Monts is another one that last summer was saying we need to sort out our midfield ASAP, and I was going, are you lot mad? You just went in for a quad. But you lot saw it way before me because you support Liverpool. So that's the same, that these Liverpool fans that are now trying to know everything's gravy, I don't believe you, because if I'm still hearing Husam tell me you need this, then I'm like, well, I've seen it. He's seen it. I'm going to go with that. So, yeah, it was a good result. It does show, ultimately, you fill those gaps.
And that's been proven already. Konate's injured. Again.
Yeah.
So we need a centre-back. That's why I've been screaming out for centre-back.
So now it's going to be Matip and Gomez for the next 2 games, potentially.
Exactly. That's the thing. Man. Are they reliable? Are they good? No, they're not good enough. That's why I'm being real with this. That's why when we find Endo, I didn't sell copium. I said this guy's a shit signing. He ain't that guy at all.
100% record.
So hold on, just to clarify, there's
no we drew against Chelsea.
Hold on, there's no Konate.
No, wait. Endo, don't put on Endo. We didn't play against Chelsea.
Oh, you're actually giving Endo credit for that?
Yo, it's 100%. If you would have lost them 2 games you played, then you'd be here criticizing him, correct or not?
We actually scored the 2 goals when he came off.
Yeah, because he helped tire out the opposition. You know what I'm saying? He
did. He tired them out as the DM.
DM, man. He a DM, man. You got 100%.
You're smoking Budge blood.
He's been waiting to use that one all show.
I was actually trying to stop him.
Podcast too much.
I was actually trying to stop him from saying it, but it's
you're welcome. You're welcome.
More rattled every time, and I love it.
He's about to say it again.
You're from Jordan.
So can I just confirm? So Konate is out. Van Dijk is now suspended, and so it's just Gomez and Matip left.
Yes, sir. Ice Spice and Babi on Ice. Let's go. Can't wait for Villa.
Man.
We've got a trip to Anfield coming up as well. This could be the time to play Liverpool, man.
Yeah, easy 3 points for you, look. Come.
You know what I mean? It's
hey, Flawless, when's the last time you said that about Anfield?
Yeah, it's been a minute still. I ain't gonna lie. It's been too fucking long, yo.
It's been a while.
Go on, Lawless, what was you going to say?
No, I was going to say about the challenging, like talking about like what's mentioned about potentially Liverpool could challenge if they get these players in, Newcastle challenge, Arsenal challenge. I feel like everyone's just expecting, there's going to be a club that challenge. Like when Man United finished second under Oli, could you call that a challenge? I think a team will finish second, but I don't necessarily would say that there's a challenge. I think this season, Man City walk it and they win the league by 10 points. And then someone finishes second. maybe there's a point where they're close, but the gap is going to widen, and you're not really going to. I don't think we're going to see a challenge.
That's a fair point, you know. If everybody's clubs outside of obviously Daps is saying that we're not ready to challenge because we don't have this player, that player, or there's tinkering going on, or there's uncertainty about the tactics, you might be right. Just no one will challenge because Arsenal got Champions League. Yeah, Arsenal got Champions League. Liverpool need 2 more players. So Man United.
We got a second place finish according to you. So let's go, man. About to be a good season for us.
When the window closes, obviously I have to revise my predictions. I don't like predictions when the window's open.
You know what's mad, Lawless? He's gonna revise it based on what happened on the pitch, not even transfers.
That was a pre-prediction. That was a pre-prediction. Obviously the window's not closed yet, so we have to wait. But,
we're waiting.
Husam clearly doesn't agree with everyone because he's put Arsenal to win the league. So
that's just you know what that is.
Which is actually just as laughable as maybe saying that Man United can finish second, in my opinion.
Hey,
I think Man United
I don't know where you're going.
Even more laughable.
Sam, would you put your hair on the line? Would you put your hair on the line for Arsenal to win
First
the
of
league?
all, I've learned after this season never putting my hair on the line ever again. I'm good.
Wow.
I need
you actually learned a lesson. Yeah,
yes.
Hey, props, man.
Let's finish up with City. Before we.
Why are you clapping like you're? Why are you clapping like you're spraying perfume?
Because I tried to save you, man. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how that's spraying perfume. I tried to save you with your hair as well. You know what I'm saying? That's the fragrance. Yes, the excellence.
Neither.
Man. You know what I'm saying?
Adam, neither. I'm not from Dublin, nor do I live in Dublin. Don't know where that rumor came from, but
from
you used to live in Dublin.
If you see me on DR Sports in person, it's because I'm living in London. I'm hardly.
Matisse, ain't your imaginary girl from
every couple of days to come to London?
You do, man. You can't.
I swear, it's imaginary girl.
Some incredible commitment on my side. Why are you always talking over me? I'm answering this. Why are you talking? I don't understand. This guy is always talking. He's always talking. What?
I dare you send me off. You will never do it.
I actually am going to book you.
You'll never do it.
Piss me off. Now I'm going to book you. You're always talking. It's messing up the audio. The audio is messed up. You just can't just take a moment.
Okay, okay. You want me to not speak? I won't speak.
No, I want you to speak, but just
please, no, we don't want him to speak. No, that's good. That's the most sense he's made. We don't want him to speak. Carry on, man. This is great. You don't want him to speak. Good. Let's go.
No problem. We'll see how the viewership will go down if Husam don't speak.
Yeah, facts. Because they're all here for him.
Ego. What an ego he has.
Arrogant, man.
How have you made that an egotistical thing?
How have you
made that? It definitely was.
No, we're going to use that. We're going to use that
I speak a lot.
Let it be known to everybody watching. This is what happens when you hit 20,000 subscribers. The ego goes through the roof. He said if he doesn't speak, the concurrent drops. That's how egotistical he's become.
Ridiculous.
Don't make it an ego thing.
What disrespect to Lawless, to Potts, to Flawless, to Daps.
Yeah, that's
ridiculous.
I think you should sit in the corner and have a little moment to reflect on where you come from.
You said I speak a lot, right?
You come from those spaces. Be humble, brother. Do you know what I'm saying?
Okay, did you not say I speak a lot, correct?
Man with this ego.
I said you
did
speak
you
over
not say I speak a lot? Just answer my question. Did you not say I speak a lot? Yes or no?
Yes, you speak a lot. I was speaking and then you speak over me.
By definition, if I speak a lot and I'm quiet, the viewership will go down because the show will be quieter, not because I'm him and I'm egotistical.
Nah, we know, man. You think you're the star of the show, man. Hey, Beyonce, pipe down over there.
I'm a very humble guy.
You know what I'm saying? Fucking Beyonce over here, man. Star of
I'm
the
not
show.
Beyonce. I don't listen to her music either.
I don't listen to Beyonce either. I'm just using that as an analogy because she was the lead singer.
He came back from Carnival.
He the lead singer. You know what I'm saying? You the lead singer. You know what I'm saying? That's what it is. You the Diddy.
There could be some grace and decorum in the show. It doesn't have to be loud.
Grace and decorum with this brother about.
It can be civil. Why can't it be civil? Why can't it be civil?
Because of him? Because of Matisse?
Why are you talking? Why are you
pointing at? Why do you keep pointing at Daps though?
Yo, shit. Yeah, no, wrong way. I do.
Yeah, you can't even point properly.
Sorry, Daps. My apologies. Daps, you know what I'm saying? My apologies. I was talking to this one. Everyone knows who I'm talking about. You
want to be Gordon Ramsay?
The guy we all know Husam's a diva anyway. He asks for the link on
diva.
Email instead of in WhatsApp.
I'm not a diva.
We need to bring back Big Cherry. Actually, we need to bring back Big Cherry. We need to get Big Cherry.
Man, legit looked into the camera. Man, legit.
Big Cherry. Everyone spam Big Cherry. Yeah,
yo, man, legit looked in the camera on the
115.
Man, legit spam Mr. Leica.
Man legit looked in the camera and said, if I don't speak, the views will drop. Yo,
because if I'm speaking all the time, then
that
why
is
the fuck
crazy.
no one's speaking?
Nah, it's okay. We know how you feel. We know how you feel. We just the backup. We just the backup dancers.
How do you make it an ego thing?
We backup dancers. It's okay, man. Sorry.
You see what you
Husam said he will stop talking. He has not stopped talking, so it's crazy. I find it amazing. I will stop talking in about 2 hours. Just give me a couple of hours.
Matisse, you did 2 negative PRs today. I'm just telling you. Remember it.
Man, he's mad at you for saying he said, you know. That's
he's
the
mad at
funniest
me
shit. He's
he
mad
said
at
something.
you, yeah.
Oh, this is not football.
This is
And you know what's so funny, Flawless? He's cussed my hosting abilities multiple times in this show because I have allowed him to talk. This is the thing. If I allow him to over talk and the show goes on for too long, he cusses me for being a bad host. When I tell him to stop talking, suddenly I'm also bad. You can't win with this man. You can't win.
No, legit.
Brother, we have 6 clubs to talk about. What do you think it was going to be a 30-minute show?
Matisse, he's legit cursing you out for something he said. That's the funniest shit.
No, I'm cursing him out for saying this is football. That's what I'm cursing him out for. Can't be doing negative.
But what about the viewership thing? This guy's
There's
ego
more
is outrageous.
115 in the chat than Cherry. Spam that 115 right now. Big up my chat, man. Big up.
That's your talk on your team, man. You late winner at Sheffield United. Rodri late winner as well.
Oh, well, I was going to say, well, we're talking about how much everyone talks. Can we talk about Rodri? Because that's all it is. It's the guy's just different gravy, man. Well, you know, it's going to end up probably being in the Ballon d'Or nomination. It will probably end up being Haaland and De Bruyne, right? And that just sums up how the Ballon d'Or is not right. Yeah. It should, by the way, I mean City players. I know Messi will be in there and a few others, but it should be Rodri. Like what Rodri's done, he's City's most important player. I honestly believe if Haaland doesn't start for City, we'll find a way to score goals still. Right? We will. We've won leagues without Haaland. Rodri is just a different gravy. And you know, he spoke after the game and he said he's not a fan of these new rules with how long games go on for. Because he's got a valid point that ultimately it is 10 more minutes that we're playing, right? Or 5 more minutes. But it's 5 more minutes when all the players are at the most risk of injury because they've been playing the longest. And then you're putting an extra amount of time on it, you're going to see more injuries. But he said, but from a City point of view, when Sheffield United score I can't remember what minute they score. I think it was about the 84th minute. It's like, we've got 15 minutes. We know we're going to score another goal. And that's the confidence in this man that he's just like, yeah, we know. I mean, as far as the performance, we peppered their goal 100%, but same way Arsenal peppered Fulham's goal. The performance wasn't a great one. It's not one we're going to write home about, but ultimately it was
job done.
A job done. And it was a job done that, you know, people look at who everyone's playing and everyone was saying, City going to batter Sheffield United. It's fine if you think that, yeah, but if you look at the game, City and Sheffield United have not played each other at Sheffield United's ground for quite some time, right? It's the battle, it's the War of the Roses. It's Lancashire v Yorkshire, yeah.
True that.
It's and you'll know, Flawless. Like I've been in Manchester the first season after COVID when Leeds played Man United for the first time at Old Trafford. I was staying on Deansgate. I woke up at 8 a.m. to the sound of sirens. Yeah, because when Yorkshire comes to Lancashire or Lancashire goes to Yorkshire, it's a big deal. So these little things. It was going to be a hard game. Walker, awful mistake. Let them back in. And also, I've got to call out as well. He stayed down as well, which is a captain. I don't know if you noticed this. The ball moved over to the other side. Sheffield United then scored. And Walker was doing one of them ones where he was lying on the floor watching the game from the floor. It's like, as a captain, you can't be doing things like that because we're lucky that Rodri saved him. But yeah, good 3 points. Look, it's one of them ones where
Sheffield United, it's expected as well. That's the thing.
It's expected. It's expected. The 3 points is expected. It's not going to. And by the way, as well, we're now going into what I see as my favourite weekend of the season, apart from the weekend when we lift the trophy. And it is when it's Man United v Liverpool. Man United v Arsenal. We've got Fulham at home.
It's a win-win for you, isn't it?
Well, look, 3 p.m. kickoff Saturday. Easy 3 points, and I am going to say that. Easy 3 points. And then I can just sit back and relax and watch a win, whether it's a draw, whether it's an Arsenal win, whether it's a Man United win. It's just a great weekend for me. So
Can I ask one question before we close? When did City, because Hugh said this on Big Six as well, when did City fans start to realize or accept or say that Rodri is Ballon d'Or worthy? Because obviously at some point it was Haaland.
When he won the Champions League. Right, if we're meaning as an overall consensus, because I'll be honest, I think season before last, Rodri was our best player, and I think De Bruyne got player of the season in the Premier League. I was like, he wasn't even City's best player, but I get it. But for me, it was Rodri then. Last season, I mean, it's everything Rodri brings. Because you've got to remember the clutch goals. He scored the Champions League winner, right? He scored the first, I believe it was, against Madrid that started us going. Even the season before that, he scored important goals against Arsenal. He's always been scoring important goals for us. He's good defensively. He controls the tempo of the game. He recycles the ball well. There's nothing that he does. Do you know what? The only one flaw that someone called out earlier said, how can Rodri be the best midfielder in the world when he's committing 5 fouls and not being booked for it? I said, well, that's another reason why he's the best midfielder in the world, that he's committing tactical fouls and getting away with it, right? And people could go, oh, it's corrupt. No, it isn't, right? It's because there's ways of doing things on the pitch to make sure that the referees, for whatever reason, aren't really looking at you like that. So, yeah, for me, it's levels above Haaland. Haaland gets goals, great. Like, but
I hear it though. As a footballer, I hear it. Listen,
because that 6 role never get right. If you ask most people what
the biggest downgrade in your team if someone else comes in, 100%.
Well, if you ask most people what the most important position on the pitch is, I think a lot of people would say, do you know what, that 6 is? And even if you look at Liverpool when Fabinho dropped off, all of a sudden Liverpool look a lot more exposed at the back. Look at City when we had to drop Fernandinho into the back. We looked a lot more exposed at the back. The 6 is so important. Everyone will give the 6 that credit, but then when it comes to awards, they're not willing to give that 6 role credit. Look at Kante. Look at Kante. Kante was a 6, maybe a bit more of a 6-8, but look at him at Leicester.
The importance.
They never get the credit that they deserve. And for me, he's above De Bruyne and above. And also, I'll be honest as well, as a leader, experience, mentality, I could just go on about Rodri forever. So.
I completely agree with you. If everybody's going to be saying it's massive in football for this position, you've got to start putting some flowers on it. But it's always going to go to the guys at the top.
That's true. Yeah. And Matisse, I hope, you know what I'm saying, you're okay as well. Because I know Husam didn't talk for 2 to 3 minutes, so the concurrent views went down. So I hope you're coping okay with that, innit?
It's nice to hear the other personalities on the show.
Man, it is, innit? Like, it is, man. We need the backup dancers to actually get some shine as well, innit? Get a verse every now and then.
Time for them to pull their weight, really, isn't it?
I feel the same. I got a lot to do, man, in this season coming up in Battle of the North. I got to step up. I can't be having a concurrent drop while I'm talking. I don't like that, man. Innit? So I'm not with that, man. But I love all the fans.
Before the concurrent drops any lower, I want to run through the super chat and we're going to outro.
It actually did drop, Flawless. You want to hear the?
I knew he was going to do it. I knew that he'd clocked it. He's been watching the views drop. I knew he would do this.
We went from 1.9 to 1.5 because Husam's quiet.
No, that is entirely inaccurate. To be honest,
we know it's to do with likes and stuff like that as well. Actually,
big up the panel. I don't even want to read all of this because it will just inflate someone's ego. But he says, "I want to tell you."
No, read it. That's $9.99. You disrespectful.
I said I'm going to, but I don't want to. Do you understand the difference? I'm going to read it, but it's going to inflate your ego. That's why you want it read. Especially when we met in New York, that Husam is my favorite Liverpool rep, but I didn't want Gris to hear me. Let his American accent continue. Fuck me. I appreciate it. So
I appreciate it.
This is such poor timing for you to say something like that. Oh, this guy.
Matisse is literally like so triggered.
What happened to Elise? I thought your club had agreed personal terms with him as well. Yes. And then the Palace were going to take us to court. So, we decided to walk away. Husam is waffling, trying to
can't afford to go to court, man. They got no money to go to court, Chelsea.
Oh, dear.
Is he talking about the Salah thing? It's probably about the Salah thing.
Yeah, he's saying that he's waffling, trying to play victim. That's what it is. My girlfriend's in his intro video. Big up. Oh, you must be talking about from the preview ages ago. Yeah. That was to shut Thabz up. If you're champions of Europe for Conference League, Lawless, are you champions of England for Carabao Cup? Lawless, show us your league title.
Why is an Arsenal fan talking? Why are these Arsenal fans piping up? Why do you have a European trophy? When you win more European trophies than us, come chat. That's all I'll say. Win more European trophies than us.
Oh, damn.
Unbelievable.
Pots, we call them Arteta sexuals. Is this a thing? Oh, damn.
Yeah, it's quite a lot of people call them. I call ADLs Arteta defense lawyers, but some people go for it, don't they? They say Arteta sexuals, but top gooners, I think, is what Lee Gunner calls everyone. And then, yeah, everyone has different names.
Yeah, this was also about Arsenal. I think he's earned a little bit of trust. 3 games in, it's crazy, which is kind of maybe in line with what Husam was saying. Yeah. But then again, you know, you guys do want a major trophy, so I hear it. It's under pressure. Plus people like Post just haven't gotten out of the Arteta out frenzy. Watch the games. Party is not even ever at right back. Let Zinni and Jesus come back.
That's true. Him not being at right back is why Pereira scored. Yeah, he's right. You know what I'm saying? He's got
please put up Rifo's comment, Matisse. Please put up Rifo's comment. I just want to say publicly something quickly. Just put up Rifo's comments right at the end. REFO right there. Listen, Rifo and all my people, I appreciate you guys showing me support, but stay on this channel right here.
He wants to create a cult.
Can I do Matisse prop without you interrupting me? Make sure you guys are liking the video. Make sure you guys are subscribing to this channel right here. We need to get Matisse to 100K as quick as possible. So like and subscribe. Stay here. Don't go anywhere.
Have you put together a cult? Is this what you've done? What's going on?
Listen, you know the Husam army don't fuck around.
Wow.
If 22
Sam,
players...
you are a personality. I'm not gonna lie, bro. You're a very good personality.
Thanks.
If 22 players aged 23 and under can pin you back in SW6 like that, then that means your team is more than shit. Liverpool in for a long season. The humbler, I guess, talking about the Chelsea Liverpool draw earlier in the season. I think Sam's he said they're not ready for the title until they make the signing. So I don't think anybody disagrees, unless anybody thinks right now Liverpool can challenge with the current team. But from what
I predicted the game be a draw anyway. Fucking 900 draw in a row already between us.
Yeah. Salah was in London. Hello, El Etihad. I don't think he's leaving.
Wasn't he supposed to do medical in Dubai?
I don't
London
know.
ain't Dubai. Last I checked.
He ain't going nowhere.
He ain't going nowhere. We did see the tweet from Fabrizio. Don't worry, I have seen that from potentially us moving for this mystery attacker. We'll see who that is and make sure it's not Smith Rowe or Sancho. Ten Hag spent 400 million in 1 year, but he's on a budget.
Yeah, people keep running with this thing that he's on no budget. Like,
spent a lot.
like,
well, this next one I have to address. Because some talks about more United more than Liverpool. Jihad, I see you with Steven Gerrard, Avi, so you're probably a Liverpool fan. You need to learn some. No, keep it up because this guy gonna get cussed out. Here's the thing: when we got to the Liverpool section, first don't send in dickhead super chats. When we got to the Liverpool section, I spoke for like 7 minutes straight. And I propped up Nunez and I said, well done to him. And I did all of that, did Soboslai prop. And I said, we won the game at St. James's Park. Just because I want to call out Man United corruption doesn't mean, he speaks about United more than Liverpool. Bro, I give my opinions on teams. Isn't this what I'm here for? Yeah. Thank you, Jihad.
Technically, if you just count minute to minute, I think there was more Man United.
Of course it was. That's it every week. That's it. Hey, Lawless, that is him every week. That's why I call him the second Manchester United representative. Every week,
I just have to be. I think if someone in the chat had time on their hands and wanted to actually time it like a stopwatch, you might see minutes.
It's definitely Manchester
United.
United.
1 week I'm gonna come on London Club's Carnage just to piss you the fuck off after West Ham loss. I'm telling you right now. He's been turning on me this whole time. I've done so much West Ham props.
That's why I put you two in the same, you know, because I thought.
Yeah, why do you let
neighbors?
Why do you let Flawless get in between us?
I thought you'd get along.
What did I do?
On the same side.
We had a brother.
Sam, why are you blaming me for stuff you said?
Listen, Flawless, I'm not Pape Sarr. You don't have to be mad at me.
Well, I'm not mad.
I'm not Postecoglou.
I'm not mad. No, like I'm saying, why are you mad at me for stuff you said? That's why.
Yeah, I'm not Cucurella either. Chill out.
Yeah, I'm chilled.
No, I want to let Potts go because I know he's got to do a show. Potts.
Potts already done 2 hour shows as well.
Bro, Potts is on a mad streamathon, but yeah, let them know where to find you. Bro. You're on a madness.
Listen, been a pleasure, man. Been a pleasure. Always is with you guys. And big up everyone in the chat, man. Make sure you've liked and subscribed to this. If you do want to come follow me, then you can do over at Football's 12th Man podcast. On our way to 12K. So if you could come help with that, that'd be amazing. Peace. I'm
Big
out
up,
of it.
bro. Don't change when you hit
Take
20
care.
now, all right? Don't change on us.
Never, man. Always remember the roots in it. See you later, boys. Take
Bless
care.
up, man.
Big up,
Bless up,
bro.
Potts. Bless up.
I heard that Haaland has posters of Nicholas Jackson in his room. Mad. Way too early for that, I must say. And Big Cherry. Chin Stray is always angry. Up yours, Lawless. What is going on? Winter Surfer's a madman.
Surfer always on my case, you know. We work together on a regular basis on my channel. This guy always on my case. Hey, fuck you, Surfer. Innit? How about that?
Surfer is an elite, man. Big up Surfer.
Yeah. That's
We're gonna wrap up. Lawless, let the people know where to find you, bro. It's been a pleasure. What a show.
West Ham Fan TV, of course, at the Lawless on Twitter. We got a watch along for the Luton game on Friday night. That's gonna be a mad one. You know, maybe there could be an upset there. You never know. But we could then go and continue to be undefeated and go back top of the league. If we win that, that's right. We go back top of the league. And we're talking about a title charge, as Mancunian guy once said.
Shout out Andy Tate.
Husam, it's been an experience.
First of all, where's your hosting skills? Can you put the fucking names on the screen so we can point? How many times I have to tell you this, bro?
I said
I need to point to it, Matisse, man. Can I just point to it, please? Just all I have to do is to go to brand, click the
He
thing.
just wants the point.
I have to teach him every time.
I don't get why he's so obsessed with the pointing, but sorry. Go
Anyway, first of all, don't listen to the negative PR that Matisse gave at the start of the show. This is football. Over there, we give everyone their shine as well, you know, and we let people speak when they're in the flow. We don't go like, you talk too much. We don't do that. We allow people to speak. So the channel is called This Is Football. At 10 p.m. tonight, I've got the
cutting off somebody else's flow. Yeah, funny that. Go on.
You know I love you.
Oh,
Matisse.
did I just do it? Yeah, that's how it feels. You see? There you
know
go.
You're my brother, Matisse. You know I love you. At This Is Football, I always do Matisse prop. You know when I got to 20K, I give special thanks to you, but that's your problem. Yeah. Oh, my ass. So this is the my channel is. Can I just promote it safely, please?
Oh, sorry, we should never talk when you do. That's really rude.
Right, exactly. Never talk like when it comes to YouTube. This Is Football. 10 p.m. tonight. We've got the A-listers coming on. We've got Lewis, Igal, Staffy, and Hamza coming on tonight. Thank you. Actually,
hold on, did you just call Igal an A-lister? Come on.
100%.
I'm joking, bro. I'm joking. Igal, I love you. Really.
Igal, the A-lister. So
oh my God, you do that hard shit as well. Here. Jesus.
I would think that Matisse has it in the description. If he isn't, then This Is Football. And the infamous spaces that he keeps talking about right here at the, not just Don Husam 6, at the Don Husam 6. Make sure to go follow me. And we run daily spaces. We've got Champions League draw coming up as well. A whole lot of shit. But most importantly, like the video and subscribe to Matisse's channel, even though he's a massive dickhead. Like the video and support.
And Spurs are losing. That's even there to add.
Are they really?
Oh, man.
Yeah, Spurs are losing 1-0 to Fulham in the cup. That's another trophy that they could not be winning.
Please let it stay.
You can have all your fancy football you like, Tottenham, you know, your Postacoglu's, all of that stuff, but you ain't winning shit still. Can't change Tottenham.
Flawless.
Where's
the people know where to find you? It's been a pleasure.
Man. These shows have been great. Big up to you, Matisse, for having me each and every time. Again, congrats to Husam, obviously, on hitting 20K as well. But you know what was crazy? Because you was live at the same time I was. And so this guy cussed me out on his, because someone asked me in my chat and was like, oh, do you and Husam have beef? I was like, nah, Husam's my guy. He's like, because he just called you a headache. But congrats anyway, innit, on that. But Matisse, again, love every time for having me. Big up Daps, Lawless, obviously Potts as well. Large up the chat each and every time. And that's me, Flawless, on Twitter and Instagram. So make sure follow me on all socials because I always post out and whenever I go live. And Sarcasm City TV on YouTube, and I'll be on Kick from Friday. So make sure you go follow the Kick because all the Twitch content will be over on the Kick, people. Sarcasm City TV Kick. New content creator, well, new platform, very similar to Twitch. So man's gonna put all my content on there. So watch alongs you'll get over there. NBA content, F1, boxing will all be over on the Kick, people. But yeah, subscribe to the YouTube channel as well. Sarcasm City TV.
Love that. Twitch are really in trouble, eh? Mad. That let the people know where to find you. It's been an absolute pleasure, brother.
Never a foul. 2 shows a day. Myself, Casmo, and Ty, and guests. Daytime show, nighttime show. Yeah, plenty of content. We'll be live tonight, 10 p.m. I believe. I think I might be on City Extra in about half hour as well. So
Mad.
yeah, man. And listen, everyone, Matisse never asked for likes, but people, please go and like the video.
Put the likes.
As you're leaving, hit that like button and it'll help push it out to people while we're all doing other stuff and earn Matisse loads of money.
Thank you, brother. Listen, it's been a mad show. It's gone on. It's been a bigger one than I anticipated, but obviously I had to make allowance for extra clubs and give everybody their shine. Do you know what I'm saying? Give everybody their shine. I want to end with the guy that will up the concurrent for us and get his face on there. Make sure you smash up the likes, because if you're not going to smash it up with seeing this wonderful face, I don't know when you are. And listen, we will see you guys next time. Big up in a bit, people. Peace.